Phil and I want to send you our warmest Easter greetings to you and your family.
Warning, this is an opinionated program. These are personal opinions, but we are open to anyone with an opposing view. Grab whatever you are drinking. Let's have a conversation.
More room over here.
There we are.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Got all sorts of stuff.
Happy Black Friday.
Happy
Yeah.
Black Friday.
Hope
Or-
everybody had a awesome Thanksgiving.
I think so.
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
great.
yeah.
I love Thanksgiving.
Get a lot to eat.
Yes. My mom cooked, and yeah, she does turkey so much better than I can.
I love this time of year. You get all the leftovers too. So it's always
Oh,
good.
absolutely. Because Wendy went with a non-traditional, and so as much as she doesn't really like to talk about her cooking, she really is a good cook. And so lasagna always that second day. It was so
all the flavors.
yeah.
Oh,
soak
yeah.
in.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
really
They all
good.
meld. And
Good stuff.
Hey, Lindsay's here.
hey, look who showed up.
And this
That's
is
a very
definitely
short
worth
intro.
putting
No,
on
that's
the
all
screen.
theirs.
Oh, is it?
That's going to be my favorite comment so far.
What was?
Oh, and this is food.
Oh, the key stole all the presents from.
I will not say.
Oh, that's really
It's
loud.
top secret, right?
Who you stole the presents from?
Yeah.
Those are ones that go under our Christmas tree. Because
No,
Don't
not-
the,
not
don't the
that-
real
not
presents
that
go into the
big.
Christmas tree?
We
me and
don't.
Keith, how many presents do you think we're gonna have? Like,
How many Halloween decorations do you have?
A lot.
oh, that's a lot.
Okay, I rest my point.
You can't give me that many presents for how many Halloween decorations we have every year.
But imagine if he was giving you Halloween decorations for Christmas presents.
Oh, she loved that.
No, because then I couldn't use them every year. I wouldn't know what to do.
What
I
do
don't
you
have
mean?
enough yard space.
Plenty of yard space.
You've
Not
got
if you
room.
bought me that many presents every year.
Oh, true.
You're getting excited over here.
You'd figure it out.
You're upsetting my dog.
Puppy's in the studio.
Oh my God.
Hopefully not with the new toys, because those have loudspeakers.
Oh boy.
That could get interesting.
Could get interesting.
So we got full desks up here today.
Yes,
We've
we
got,
do.
Got our Woodford. We
Dude,
got our
you
bourbon
have your
cream.
poker?
Yeah, we
Yes,
got pokers.
They have the pokers.
Is that
so
code for something?
Erica's not here, but she sent us. Erica,
Second.
thank you for sending more gummies.
Yes.
We got our gummies here.
Are they good? Because I haven't had them yet. And it's with the lemon, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
That might be kind of good.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know. I'm hoping it's better than it was last time.
That might be kind of good.
what are you saying?
They were not good last time.
It was
Wow.
just turn us off, Will. Turn us off. Just zoom in on them.
I'm not eating one yet.
She's not eating.
Yes,
one
you
yet.
are.
No, I'm not. I'm dishing them out.
Well, you're going to.
Well, you need
Well,
to
you gotta
one.
eat one.
You got to eat one.
It's
A
the big,
cat
the
fur
big
already in.
reveal.
The big red.
Do it. Do
Do,
it.
do, do, do.
Do it.
Got to move the
Do it.
Yellowstone.
Erica says they're great.
Erica didn't have any.
Wow.
Did she? She sent this disgusting thing to my house.
Oh, it was peach vodka.
Oh, that's what it was. It was peach.
Oh, okay.
Didn't you give her the peach?
I did.
So try it.
Well, that's not awful.
That's
I didn't taste one. I just had the juice.
Well,
but that's,
taste one.
that's not.
It's
bad.
good.
Yeah,
Keith,
It's
not
good.
bad at
Keith
all.
already
Pretty good.
shoved one in his face hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already had one.
I
Say
had
my
one.
face hole. Is that what you said?
Yeah, face hole.
Well, it was better than your.
She's chewing it
In
a
his
lot.
booty hole?
You're chewing it an awful lot.
She's not making the sour face.
I'm
No,
not, yeah,
no.
this is a delayed action. This is her trying not to.
It's not. It's better than last time.
We don't get the same entertainment value this
No,
time, though.
my tongue is not numb, so it's definitely better than last time.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
See?
Yeah.
We're improving.
It's okay. Moving up because it was the peach.
Crown
Yeah.
Royal
Crown Royal
green apple gummies. Oh, that sounds
Ooh.
interesting.
That sounds
Ooh.
good.
See,
That
now
does
that's
sound
a
like it's
gummy.
got
That's
potential.
a gummy.
That sounds
Yeah.
good. That does sound
I
good.
don't know if I have green apple downstairs. I have the crown
We
peach.
have apple.
Do we?
Yeah, we don't have a lot
We have
left. but
crown
some.
apple.
We do have crown apple.
Erica. I will keep providing the liquor if you make the gummy.
Oh, see, yeah, she's got the recipe.
You like my straw?
I do.
So we actually
look
went. We actually
familiar.
went to Walmart.
It's a
today.
wedding straw. We did, and we didn't fight with anybody.
No.
I prefer
Is
to
that-
avoid stores on this day.
Is that like unusual? We did
Well,
a
it's
good
Black
job.
Friday,
Will. So Wendy
We
and I
never
did.
go shopping on Black Friday.
We did a good job. We actually stopped at Walmart on the way here, looking for something.
There you
But
go.
other than that, it was already
Did you find it?
no.
We went at like
We need a blender.
no.
Oh Jesus!
Oh, you need a blender.
We need a blender. 10 pounds of
Oh my
bears.
Were they on sale?
They're not all in this
Holy
jar, are
crap.
they? Holy hell!
No,
That's
that's
No,
not-
that's
No.
definitely not 10 pounds in between these two jars.
No.
No.
Did
Definitely
you
not.
get what was the brand you said earlier, Wendy?
An oyster. Oyster.
Albanese.
Albanese gummy
Oh.
bears.
Oh. John's talking blenders.
I'm talking
We're
blenders.
talking
Oh, we're
gummy
talking
bears.
blenders. I'm still on blender.
That's called a woman conversation to a man's conversation.
Yeah, the fact that you two knew exactly what you were talking about. And the fact that Keith still knew what I was talking about.
And I'm just laughing at both of you.
Yeah. And I still have my Trump candy corn.
Oh,
See, you
look
got to
at
save that.
He's gonna sit right there
There you
till
go.
he wins. And I have his son's one. It's just a little baby one. It's not as good.
So I just bought the Adobe package today that has all
Lord,
the programs
why is
in it,
this
right?
so loud?
Okay.
Will can
Did
turn
you
you down.
turn my ears up?
Probably.
These are so loud.
Oh, Will was there.
Well, the knob's on top of the
Well, can you
Board
please
there.
turn his
nu-
knob?
number
No, he's turning your knob.
number one.
Okay.
Number one,
Turn it down a little bit.
what'd that do?
Is
That
that
did
better?
nothing.
Testing,
Down
testing.
more.
Is that better? Can you hear me now?
Down
Still
more.
hear me?
Down more.
You turning down the right one? Is that better? Hello?
Testing, testing.
Oh, it's still loud.
Then that's not it.
It's not the sliders.
Oh, not the slider.
Not
No,
the
no, no.
slider.
Oh, you talking about this board back here?
No, it's on that same
Not the
board.
big master one.
Oh,
There's 4 knobs up there.
got you.
There you go.
There's so many knobs. It's like an airplane back
Why
there.
is- oh, that's better. Okay, turn
It's
it up a little
blinking and
bit.
flashing and
Turn it up
blinking
a
and
little bit.
flashing.
A little bit. A little bit more.
I
little
can't
bit.
stand it
Wait,
anymore.
little
don't
bit
turn
more.
off the autopilot.
Turn it up
In my defense, oh,
a little bit. A little. There you go. Perfect.
good lord.
Yeah, you can
In
tell.
my
You can
defense,
tell
the
we
knobs-
check everything before we start.
The knobs were up under the shelf in the shadows. I couldn't actually see them at first.
Okay,
Keith
that's-
knew
It was a test and
Yeah,
you
see, he
passed
doesn't
even-
eventually.
Hey, Will, if it's anything, he doesn't even let me back there. The only time I've been back there is to fill somebody's, shot glass. That's it.
Oh, that's true.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word.
Put
Oh, I love that.
You lose.
He's checking all his buttons to make sure
Will's happy. He's back at the
nothing's
controls
changed.
again.
Nothing
Yep.
has changed on the button.
Yeah, that's better.
I made no request.
I like that.
Hey, how's Buffalo doing? Have they dug out yet? They had like
What?
6 feet
New
of snow,
York.
didn't they?
Buffalo,
Oh, I'm
New
assuming
York.
so.
Is
yeah.
that hilarious that I was like, why are we talking about whiskey? Buffalo? Why would Buffalo?
Yeah, I
be
thought
Trace?
Buffalo Trace. I got
I know,
Buffalo
that's what
Trace
I
right
was
here.
like,
I'm
dug
like,
out. It's not even, it's in front of you.
yeah, no, we got 2 bottles up here.
Wow. Maybe we should just go to memes of the week. How about
Memes of the
that?
week. There we go.
It might be a good idea to move on.
So I was gone last week, and apparently this.
And
is
I
what
told,
happened.
and Keith asked me, so you got any memes? Like, I don't know, maybe 2. How many did I send you?
I don't know, like 7.
10, something.
Really?
Yeah.
I
You usually
lost.
have like 90 memes.
Well, I
You didn't have to actually have to work this week.
yes,
Well, you
What?
usually send him so many memes.
I
I
worked
don't really
today.
send any over.
You
I'll have to
did
start
not.
sending.
I
some
did.
over.
I did a little bit. I worked a little bit today. Wendy worked a little harder than I did today.
I was gonna say you.
Wendy works for herself. That's why Wendy has to work hard.
I know,
Right.
but I had to do some. Yeah, I had to do some help desk stuff. Well, I don't like talking about too much about work on the air.
All right. This
You
week,
never
Like,
know-
that
you
you
never know
actually
who's
had
listening.
to work. Oh, okay.
You never know who's listening.
That's true. I should
Right.
probably stop saying that. Erica sent me this. I was like, I know.
I like that. That's
Hold
funny.
on, I gotta.
Do do do.
You do
No,
get it, right?
I don't get it.
Are you serious?
I don't get it. I'm going orange.
No, Fanta stick.
Oh, interesting. I don't know why.
Fantastic.
I'm looking at the orange soda and I'm thinking soda something, orange something. I couldn't.
Thank
He's
you.
an orange poker.
Right?
I'm
Okay.
feeling pretty good right now.
Yeah,
that I
I've been-
got that.
Sorry, I've been drinking over here.
That's awesome.
Oh, that was a
should've made it
perfect
easier.
start.
Oh,
Right.
I'm glad
and,
I put that.
and we're off.
Welcome. Thank you, Erica.
Off and running.
That's my girl for me. That's great.
Black Friday. No
Wait.
kidding, right?
Yes. Yes.
So true.
Uh-huh.
So true.
That's like 90% of fucking retail.
That's Kohl's.
Dude.
Pretty much.
Oh, Wendy
Where'd
doesn't
that
know
come
this.
from?
Wendy
That
doesn't
was
know this,
perfect.
does she?
Yeah, we had it the week before, didn't we? I think.
What?
Oh no, maybe we didn't.
Mm-mm.
No.
What?
No, because we instituted it 2 weeks ago when Dan was here, your dad,
Oh, that's right.
and then
We didn't
Will,
do
was,
that.
Will
Talking
wasn't
about
out
that,
here
yeah.
last week, so
Oh, that's right.
What are you talking about?
Your new.
every time you
F-bomb.
swear, there's the
It's a swear jar.
ding.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You didn't hear that?
I did hear it. I didn't know what the hell it was.
That's your every time you swear.
Oh, you guys are gonna give me a quarter?
No,
No,
Oh,
it's kind of the opposite.
It's not the way it works.
We're keeping track.
we're keeping track so you could give quarters.
If we had some kind of program that would dynamically put a dollar amount every
Right?
time, that would be
cool.
awesome.
that'd be great if Will was that. You know,
Let's play a game. How about every time the button goes, our audience takes a shot?
But she'll cheat
No,
because then she'll start,
dropping
Why our
F bombs
audience
like
will be
crazy.
smashed by 7:30.
We'll have nobody.
Are we going to meme
I
two?
know. Christine will be passed
Meme
out.
three.
We're on 3 now.
Meme 3. Okay.
My wife asked me why I spoke so softly in the house. I said I was afraid Mark Zuckerberg was listening. She laughed. I laughed. Alexa laughed.
This is why we unplugged her.
Right?
Oh, geez.
This is why we unplugged
That and she wouldn't answer to hooker. So
our
That's funny.
Google Home got unplugged
It's funny because it's so damn true.
it is.
Yep. one time, just out of the blue. She said, "I didn't quite catch that."
She doesn't.
She
His
did.
phone
And
still
so-
randomly does
Wendy,
it too.
Wendy walked over and boom, that was the last time it was plugged
It's like,
in.
you're
That
done.
she didn't quite hear it there, Wendy.
And guess what? You're not going to hear
She's
it.
not
anymore.
hearing anything else.
Your fucking smart homes, your smart thermostats, your smart TVs.
They all
your-
listen.
Yeah, they're
Everything
all
listens.
against you.
Everything's listening.
We were when was it? Last week or 2 weeks ago? The hell were we talking about at dinner? This is our dinner conversations, by the way. So we're having dinner, and I was like, "What if somebody just came on our camera right now?" I don't remember what we were talking about. What made us think of that?
Oh, no, we were talking about being spied on, like your camera turning on your phone. I said, that's when you got to do some really
'cause
gross
something-
shit. Like,
no, his phone like glitched, and it like lit up, and then it went away, but there was nothing there.
yeah, yeah.
And that's what it was. And I was like, "Your phone's taking pictures."
Because
of
somebody
you."
just hit the abort button
Right.
back,
and then I
back
was
at
like-
headquarters.
Don't tell me shit like that. I'd be like, "Is there something I know?"
So there's a
Put it in your like. I put it all. Be
so
like,
there's
"Is
a,
that a butt?"
there's a story that I'm going to touch on a little bit later. So during
Was I jumping ahead?
but we're in a new format where we can do that.
Oh, okay.
So
What we weren't before.
yeah,
Oh, that's
Okay.
right. You would always tell us.
yells
yeah,
at
you guys
us.
like no, don't jump
Don't
ahead.
jump ahead.
So I mean, there's a story that's come out now just this past week about Massachusetts Department of Health had worked with Google on Android phones
Mhm.
to put an app that you didn't know about. They would just arbitrarily
No,
put it on your phone, and
Get
when
out.
people found
No,
it,
they did
they
it here.
deleted it and it would
would come
reappear
back.
on their phone.
No, they did it here. My Samsung phone did it. My Samsung one
Aren't you
did it. My
glad you got
Apple
Apple
one
now?
didn't. And I have
But
both.
don't get her started.
I hate my Apple one. It's so stupid. But my Samsung one downloaded a bunch of stuff during COVID. It
Yep.
was like a COVID tracker and blah, blah,
Yep.
blah. And it was one of the updates. And I had to go in. It took me probably 30 minutes to find out how to stop it.
The smart
Can you teach it to do dishes?
Oh, that's funny. That's awesome.
I mean, it's
Christine.
already emptying the cat shit. Can you make it do the dishes too?
That's funny.
But I had to
awesome.
go in and like turn it off to where it didn't automatically update and put in whatever it wants.
Yep. There was a point there where I turned my automatic updates
Done.
off.
Yeah, I want to see what you're putting on there before. Yeah, we just got updated too. Fucking Apple.
Those are security updates, by the
Yeah,
way.
it took Keith 30 minutes to figure out how to put the shit back.
So is it on the new update or not?
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
on the new update. I didn't like it. It pissed me off. I made him put it back.
Yeah.
He had to
Wendy
Google
was,
how to figure out
Wendy
how to
was
put it
none
back.
too happy when I looked it up and I said, it's not about iPhone.
Finally, it's not about iPhone because
Well-
iPhone is like the one that's usually
It did just
The
change.
problem
The
child.
conversation just switched, Erica. You're
So, but
40
yeah.
seconds behind.
But,
She
but
put
Wendy
that
was
before.
Wendy was not happy.
I know,
when,
that's what I'm
when
saying,
she
she's
found
40
out
seconds
about the
behind.
fact that you can't change the notifications to go back to the
Back
top.
to the top.
Yeah.
I was pissed off too, and I was like, "This fucking bullshit. Can't take it back."
Yeah, I had to look at. I watched like a couple different videos on
Couldn't take it
YouTube,
back.
and then had
I
to-
did get it to not. What did I make it do? The thing you had to fix.
A lot of things. I fixed a lot of
I
things.
know
when it
it's
came
fucking
out.
awful.
So
I can't
yeah.
make the clock go back, and I can't make the notifications go to the top. Oh, and I can't make it tell
No,
me what it is on the pre-screen. It just tells you one notification.
Right.
on the
you can
bottom, I
change
want
that.
it to
You
fucking-
can change that under notifications.
It
Can you?
doesn't tell you who it was from like it did before.
We can change that.
Okay.
so realistically, how
Fucking
many
Apple.
people are really getting tempted to go back to a fucking flip phone?
I'll go back to a flip phone.
I'll go back to a rotary phone.
Right?
I
I'm
will
good with
admit
the
that
pager.
I,
I want to page Keith boobs. You know you did that. Boobs.
boobs.
Sorry.
Meme 4.
Meme forward.
Moving right
Oh,
along.
this is gonna take
Moving on.
forever. Sorry. Oh, lights are-
That's cute.
That's funny.
I like that.
He's all chilling. Oh, this is great.
Read it.
Oh, so you're going to the Black Friday sale. Didn't you say you were thankful for everything you had yesterday?
Right.
Ooh, good point.
Ba-da-cha.
Well, they're
There's
Christmas
there's-
shopping. That's for
So-
everybody
so
Walmart
else.
greeter on Black Friday.
So the
Yep.
the quiz of the week is on Black Friday trivia.
Mm.
Oh,
Do you
joy.
know the
Fun.
one time? I have to make sure that was right.
It's just not as fun without the.
The one time
Bitter face.
I throat punched somebody in front of a cop and didn't get in trouble was that Black
You-
Friday.
You throat punch someone?
Yes.
In front of
She
a
said the
cop.
one
Does
time.
Does that really surprise you, Wendy?
Did you?
at
Did
all?
you,
Oh, I guess
did-
not.
you
The
didn't
one
listen to
time
the
I did
entire
it in
thing.
front of a cop and I
And
didn't
get
get
in trouble.
in trouble.
Right.
Insinuating that this has happened multiple
Happened
times.
multiple
I know,
times.
that's
Including
why I was
multiple
like,
times in front of a cop.
Yeah. Second time in front of a cop. First time didn't go so well.
Didn't go your
Second-
way.
No, not so much.
You're right. All right, next meme.
Oh.
You didn't even let me tell the story?
Who else is on?
He just pushes right along doesn't even want to hear about my story.
That you throw from somebody?
Oh
Let's
my
take it
god.
home the ball. Oh my God, that's
Oh.
good.
Isn't that good?
She's like, no problem, but I'm not a dude. These are pretty good, Erica.
I like that one.
Jesus.
Yeah, they are good.
I think
Did
these
you
are
see
yours.
the
John.
so did you see the guy? Did you see the thing I sent the other day, either yesterday or the day before to the group?
Which one?
The
There's a lot that comes between you and
I
Brian.
was gonna say there's a lot that
We
gets
gotta get
shared.
started.
the one that so there's a guy on YouTube now that does shorts,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and he does a almost perfect impersonation of Trump. He
That
doesn't
was-
try
that
to
was
he
good.
doesn't
That was
try to
really
look like
good.
him, but just the voice is really good. And so he did an impersonation of Trump, figuring out what his first tweet is going to be back on Twitter.
it was
And
great.
it is pretty funny.
That's funny.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was the one I sent to the group. You're gonna have to watch it because
That
it
was
was pretty
it
funny.
was funny.
And it's only 20 seconds.
I thought he was trying to like lip sync over the Trump actually speaking, but then
No,
once,
no.
once I started listening to it, I realized it's
That's
all.
funny.
It's
yeah,
all
he's
just
got a whole
hoax.
ton of these things.
It was funny.
Well, that was the video that your brother sent us.
Yeah,
That was
that was funny
hilarious.
too.
Coming out the turkey.
So if 10,000 Russians crossing the Ukrainian border is an invasion, why isn't 2 million people crossing the American southern border not called an
Amen.
invasion?
No kidding.
Seriously.
We're
Amen.
open borders. Ukraine's border is
Or not
closed.
open borders.
But again, it comes back to what's the difference? What are we missing?
And I'll tell you what, I've seen enough videos of the people crossing the borders. Like, there's too many of them that look like a massive organized fucking group of
Oh, they say that there
military-age
are
men.
thousands and thousands of military age men that are crossing the border.
And they
I'm
look
sure.
they look organized. You watch them marching across and like they're straight lined and
Oh yeah.
fucking
How's that
everything.
gummy?
That was great.
I'm late on my own. That's terrible.
Next
Fucking
meme.
shit, Will.
The failure of FTX was caused by unvaccinated
button.
crypto traders and climate change.
I did that too quick. Start over, John.
Are you hitting multiple buttons back there?
Yes.
He doesn't know what he's doing. It's
Oh,
fine.
God.
It's fine.
I think everybody can read it.
He's multitasking.
He is. He's trying.
The failure of FTX was caused by unvaccinated crypto traders. What?
And climate,
Climate
change.
change.
What?
It's all unvaccinated and climate.
Right.
That's what it is, right?
Does this
What
guy
is FTX?
FTX is the failed cryptocurrency that freaking is currently part of the conspiracy because Biden's
What is
administration.
FTX?
It's a cryptocurrency. They-
Cryptocurrency.
So it's a fake thing.
Well,
Well-
I mean, they're all fake, aren't they? It's crypto.
right.
Nothing's
It's,
tangible.
it's
pretend
digital
money.
currency.
Nothing-
But this is
Wow.
the one that
People actually do this. Okay.
this is the one that Ukraine funneled a shitload of money into, which leads everybody to think that the Biden administration's funneling money into Ukraine so that they could funnel money into FTX so that
Yep.
FTX can funnel money into the Biden administration.
No.
Yep.
That's a whole
that
lot
doesn't
of big
happen.
shit.
Yep.
I don't know
right
how
there.
you missed
Yeah.
all
There's my
that.
surprise face.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
that-
hold on. I
that's-
was actually not paying attention.
And
so-
then, yeah, and he said yesterday that he's got another $300 million he wants to give to Ukraine.
And
Why would he
200
not?
million of that's going to go to FTX, I bet.
Wake up, people.
And
Yeah.
all of our tax money.
This is why you
paying for
get some
that.
of those, and they call them radicals, but they're asking the right questions. So Marjorie Taylor Greene is sitting there and saying, not a dime more. And she's not the only one. There's several, but not a dime more goes to Ukraine until we can account to where all the money goes.
Right.
Why?
Because right now
Okay, I'm gonna be
we're just pissing it
real-
into the wind.
Right.
I'm going to
Seriously.
be real harsh right now. Why do we give a shit about Ukraine? I know it sucks. Thus is life. You can't handle your own shit. Nobody's going to come save us.
Well, the question becomes,
Suck it up, Buttercup.
I mean,
Win or
we're
don't.
doing it, unfortunately, as another proxy war with Russia. So we're essentially from
Let
a
'em
high
be.
level. So I'm going to take it from a high level. There's a whole bunch of geopolitical blah 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 that
Yes,
goes into
there
this.
always is.
But from a high level, the whole thing is that there's two things to it. One, they're moving right up to the NATO border if they end up taking over
Who's
Ukraine,
they?
Russia.
Russia.
And
Okay.
actually, you could say there's three things. Two, there's the whole potential that they are doing some shady shit with the
Yep.
with the
That
they
one
are
just
they are
blended in for
legitimately
me.
trying to bomb nuke plants and stuff. like
Russia is trying to
Yeah.
bomb nuke plants.
Yeah,
Okay.
so there's a whole, they're going to mess up the environment.
Great.
that's a
Not
problem.
our problem.
And then-
We don't live in
And
Russia.
then the third
Eventually it'll come to us.
thing is the fact
It won't
that
come that far.
we are basically fighting a proxy war with Russia, us and NATO, and we are wearing down the Russian machine without us being involved technically.
We are
I
involved.
mean, we're very
You
involved.
do. You
We're
do realize
involved,
that.
but we don't have, and I'm going to say official
boots
troops
on the ground.
troops on the ground.
No, we're paying
Now
for 'em.
whether there's advisors, right? Remember how that used to go in Vietnam and Cambodia and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But there's probably advisors on the ground, and here's how this works. But we don't have actual troops in combat doing this.
Shooting
and
and blah, blah,
we're
blah,
wearing
yes.
down Russia. We're shooting down Russian planes. We're blowing up Russian artillery. We're shooting, and we're having mass defection from Russian army troops.
If
all that
we're
kind of stuff.
shooting
So-
now, we are involved in this.
Right. So we're not the ones actually pulling triggers. So, but the point is, we're wearing down one of the two or three big enemies currently in our sphere.
Didn't
in
know
the
Russia
world.
was against us.
Oh yeah,
Russia's, yeah.
Russia's against everybody.
Yeah.
Well, Russia hates everybody, but that's fine. They they hate everybody.
But the
Like they
problem
don't
is
just hate us.
Russia is one of the, what is it, 7 or 8 nuclear powers. And they still have a beef against us no matter what, because Putin doesn't like us. Putin wants the old
They're still
Soviet-
going to have a beef against us, even
wants the-
when we
wants the old
have them to
Soviet
stop
Union,
beating Ukraine.
And they've been having very what do you want to call it?
Savory.
They've been talking with the Chinese more than we like.
Would like, yeah.
Well,
Which is probably why we should just leave it the hell alone.
Well, the fact that they're talking with the Chinese in any capacity is always bad because of the fact that
Those
as-
two join forces.
we're the world is in trouble if
Yeah.
those two join
Yeah.
forces, because then they become somewhat I don't want to say unbeatable, but they definitely become a
Pretty-
huge
yeah.
power. And the thing is, at this point, it's weird that those two talk, because China and Russia have been enemies for several thousand years.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Well, see, and that becomes the issue of, are they just going to chum up long enough to be able to
Split the U.S. in half.
or split the world in half?
Yeah. And you do realize that Russia's only a jump over a river to Alaska.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, river.
It's pretty much what's in
It's
between.
not
I mean,
much. It's a couple hundred
it's- yeah,
miles.
it's really
It's
not
not, but that's
much.
not going to affect us.
Could.
They blow up those nukes
Why wouldn't it?
because
That-
it's in Ukraine.
The jet stream runs this way. Eventually, it's going to hit the U.S.
Nah,
Mhm.
we're good.
All right, next meme.
Drink more whiskey.
Drink more whiskey.
I'm ready to try this one.
So
Well, I wanna
I love
open that
this. So
one.
this is from Sheriff David Clark. How to Destroy
like him.
Society. Make
I
art
like him.
lugging.
Oh,
corn
is he
free.
the guy from
Yeah, from
Wisconsin?
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make God a joke. Made food poison. Dad's optional. Politicians rich. Money worthless. Buildings oppressive. And men and women compete. What I miss. This is how you destroy a society.
I mean, it's pretty.
I don't know if we
freaking
made
accurate.
art ugly though.
Oh, they did.
Oh, did we?
Why is it that all these?
Well, everything else we got.
Why
but-
do we? But have you noticed that all these teenage 20-somethings that are, all of a sudden taking a stance on no more oil. We need to get off of oil, and they're destroying all these paintings and
No.
Andy
I
Warhol
didn't see that.
stuff
Mhm.
and statues, and they're
Really?
oh yeah.
I should probably watch the news. No, because I didn't hear about that shit. I don't need that in my life.
It's a blueprint of pre-war
Pre-war.
world YouTube. Yeah, absolutely. There's eerie similarities between what was happening back in the 30s and what we're seeing now.
I'm guessing that's supposed to say pre-World War II.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
so.
He's typing really
had to
fast
read
on his
that
phone,
twice.
and he's having a
He's
hard time.
typing really fast
Yeah.
with one finger. He doesn't do it with two. He does it with one. He's quick.
Okay.
He
moving
types
on.
that way too.
Now he's cussing at his phone.
Mhm.
Now he's yelling at me.
Tell me this isn't funny. Tell me this is not funny.
Right?
That is funny. That
Oh.
You get the arm.
And just to jump back here for 1 second, 'cause Lindsay, you're like, did they make it ugly? They sold a banana duct tape to a fucking wall for millions of dollars.
Yeah, but
They
somebody's,
made art stupid.
Was that Hunter's
somebody's
painting?
dumbass bought that. That's not your fault. If
They
I-
made art stupid.
Dude, if I can duct tape a banana to a wall and somebody spends billions of dollars on it, I'll be happy. That's your dumbass that bought a banana duct tape to a wall.
So I think this happened a couple weeks ago. You see that Hunter went on some kind of
Binge.
no,
Oh.
he didn't go on a bit.
So sorry.
He went on some like live stream program or something.
Doing
I
what?
didn't see that.
Tell me it's a live stream of him
Before?
taking a long walk off a short pier.
No, it was
Right.
actually he was talking to somebody, and they were going to talk about cryptocurrency. Like he is the default cryptocurrency guru or something. I don't know what it was,
Really?
but the guy who's
Of course he is. He smuggled all the money
so
already.
say he came. Don't screw with me.
Is he a part of
Hey,
FTX?
no, it wasn't. But it was.
That's why
it
it
was-
failed.
It was tied to, not officially, but the conversation was because FTX had
Nope, that's
failed,
not-
and so the
So sorry.
the YouTuber or whatever, the podcaster had these predetermined questions that were okay,
Pass that
Oh,
right
I'm
to
sure-
John.
I'm
He'll
sure.
like that.
and something was brought up by Hunter about art and stuff like that, and you can sell it using crypto. And the guy
have a
said,
napkin.
"So you haven't sold your paintings yet, have you?" And Hunter hung up. Just click, done.
That's funny.
Funny.
Oh my god.
Oh, be
Wendy, you
I-
want to smell that on the way over?
All right, so what
Do
is
I
this?
want to?
What is this? You
Yeah.
can't just open up a whiskey without saying
So
what
this
it
is one that Lindsay picked
I
up.
am not drinking it.
Okay, so you picked it out. What's the name of it?
she picked
Hold
it
it
out
up,
and
hold
she's
it up.
not drinking.
So
it.
open.
Punchers.
So bring them up.
Punchers.
Bring them up full screen.
Shantae. Punchers.
Show the bottle.
So is it a regular whiskey or is it a bourbon?
Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey.
Okay.
Oh, okay. John might like that.
Let's see.
Smells interesting.
Smells
Punchers.
interesting.
Puncher's Chance is Kentucky straight bourbon inspired by two great American traditions, whiskey and fighting for what we believe in. Oh, this is kind of nice. Okay.
That's not bourbon.
This
No,
bourbon-
I'm going to say this is more of a.
This bourbon is made with heart and honor for those who know how far they've come, for those who started early,
It's got a bite.
stayed
it's
late,
got it's got
day
more
after
of a-
day,
A rye.
I was
bite.
going to say a single malt
deer
rye.
after what the fuck? Pair after pair,
You don't
deer
have to read
after
anymore.
pair.
You're
For
good.
those who made the courage and strength to do what others won't.
Oh.
As a tiger
So
on
this
it.
is more your stuff than what I would drink normally.
Yeah,
It's a
that-
cute bottle.
It's got a
When
bite.
I saw you take a little swig and you're like, okay, that's
It's got a bite to it, though.
It smells awful.
That doesn't smell bad.
It smells bad.
Everything smells bad to you.
Yep.
Next meme.
Yeah.
Next meme.
Tell me this isn't good.
This year, thousands of millions.
That's awesome.
No, we won't.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you will.
That's
The
funny.
question is, was that really on? Did
Right.
somebody, did they put that on there by design?
And somebody really wrote it on there.
That's funny.
I would
Probably.
totally vandalize that sign the same way.
I think it was legitimate. They put it on there for real.
Maybe.
I think that's a
Could
real
be.
picture somebody saw driving down the road. I think that is real.
That's funny.
I hate when people accuse me of lollygagging when I quite clearly am dilly-dallying.
There
Right?
is a
That's a cute
clear
one.
Do
distinction.
not get them mixed up.
John,
No.
you have one more.
I know, but I gotta wash down the single malt whiskey.
He's got
Wash
that's
down
it.
the bad one with
yeah,
the good one.
with a good double oaked.
I love this one. This one's great.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Oh,
more than
Jesus.
50 though.
Yeah.
50%
More
off
than
your
50.
entire net worth. 100%.
100% is probably more accurate.
right?
I mean, I have had to stop looking at my
News.
IRA.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's,
mean-
it's horrible.
I don't advise anybody to look at anything like that because you're just gonna cry.
Mhm.
This guy is
Well, I mean, the bad side is, so I mean, it's not like I'm a huge investor. I'm a penny stock kind of,
Baby investor.
yeah,
Yeah.
I throw $100 in a month. That's it, $100, and I go and
See what you
whatever,
can find, yeah.
whatever,
Pick
whatever
some
looks
stuff,
good at the
yeah.
time and stuff. And I do a lot of EFTs,
I need to
and,
get into all that.
which is just, it's almost like a money market. It's just combined, but you go for a specific one. I like the food ones and I like the transportation ones and stuff like that. And I'll sit there. So on the same account though is my IRA, and it's like,
Oh,
You're like, ugh. It hurts.
It hurts
sad.
so bad.
it's sad.
Yes.
So
All
on
right.
that note,
is that it?
That's it for
all
me.
the
Oh,
memes.
that's
That's
it.
it for
As I'm
me.
sitting here and I'm waiting.
Nope, that's it for
All
me.
right. Hookers retreat. Why are hookers retreating?
They're wondering where the hooker of the week is.
We haven't had one in a while.
right?
I know.
We gotta
Like
get
I
back
was
to one of
literally
those.
just looking at that, like, am I
I know.
pushing it? Do we have a hooker this week?
We don't.
No.
Has
Nancy-
anybody done
we
anything
should-
hookery?
So we're gonna go
Well,
right to news
last,
of the week.
The last one was, or the last week of Nancy being I guess she is not speaker and she's not getting out of office. So never mind. That doesn't work. I was thinking that I'm
That's
still
not a
going
hooker
on the
move.
fact that she was going to, give it up and retire, but she decided not to.
Of course, she's
I
not going to
mean-
retire.
We knew she wasn't going to.
That crypt
No,
keeper
she
needs to
kept
retire.
hinting that she was
Oh,
right.
oh,
bear down.
Throwing
Bear
gummy bears.
Down. At least it didn't hit the floor. You imagine if one of the dogs got that?
Did you really almost just put that on me?
Mhm. Almost did. Could have
Uh-huh.
happened.
I felt it.
All
He's
right,
like,
so
gummy bears?
we
We're a
doing
professional
news?
show.
News of the week. Let's do
We're
News
a
of the week?
professional
All right, let
show.
We are a professional show.
We are a little
You ready?
lackadaisical today. Yeah. Hit the music. Ooh, that is. I should put that on while the music's going.
Right?
So we'll clean that up.
We'll get that
We'll clean that up and post
We'll
edit.
work on that next week. Sorry.
post edit.
All right, season
Post
2,
edit.
episode 12, Black Friday. I love that. That one made me laugh the moment he sent it to me earlier this week. And he goes, maybe I should have. I'm like, don't touch it. Don't
The
touch it.
funniest thing is he comes to me and he's like, "Oh, can you help me do the thing with the box and the picture?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, sure." And I was working because I was actually working. And then he, like 4 hours later when I remember, and I was like, oh, do you want me to come and help? I already did it. And I was like,
Okay.
I really should film myself.
I was
when
just
do
going to
these
say, there
things,
should be a
'cause it's
behind the
funny.
scenes.
Oh yeah, that's
There
funny.
needs to be a behind the scenes because this has got to be.
And then he tried, and then he put it up higher.
You really got to start taking advantage of those shorts more.
Right?
You could make a whole series on making these little.
Yeah, the
Oh, yeah.
outtakes.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
would be awesome. I think
Yeah.
that would be some good shorts, the outtakes.
it would be fun. That would be funny.
All right, so
The dogs
here we are,
coming
Black Friday,
through.
the official
Yeah.
start of the Christmas season, and a day of 1 million retail emails, right?
Oh, God.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I don't know how many emails. It's like
Yep.
delete, 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 delete,
Pretty
delete.
much.
This is why I unsubscribed during the year.
But then what do you do for the rest of the year? Because some of the emails, I mean,
I
I will
have never
admit,
once ever bought anything off of a subscription email. Never.
really,
Never.
Not even done it.
then
Not
you're
even
not
looked
subscribed
at
to
it.
the right places.
I have.
Not even looked at
I will
it.
send you a subscription to
Oh,
Kentucky
I'm
Gun
good.
Company.
Thanks.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sure Keith will love that.
I bought a couple things off of subscription emails, and I have no regrets.
Bud's Gun Shop.
Never once.
Oh yeah, I got all the good subscriptions.
I don't know if I could buy a gun online.
Oh yeah.
I gotta feeler. It's a
But-
love thing. Like
but you
can't
can
just-
go. You can go
I
to.
can't
a,
just
you
see
can
a
go
picture
to,
of a hooker
Well,
and
and I
take
would
her
agree
home
with
like I
that.
gotta
I would
hold
agree
her.
with that 100% because of the fact that a gun is a personal thing and it has to feel right to you.
Mhm.
So
So what do I do with it when I bring her home? And she's
Yeah,
a
but
hooker
let's
and
say
she
you
doesn't feel
shot
right?
one. Let's say you have a particular
you went to
model.
a
You
range.
have
You
in
went to a
mind,
I
range.
was talking about hookers,
No.
and you're like, "What happened if you shot one?"
so if you
No,
That's
rented one,
bad.
if you rented one at a range and tried it and said, okay, this one actually feels good. I like this
Then
one.
you buy it
Rented
online.
one.
Or if it's one that you know you're gonna like because
Yeah. Or if you got one and I liked
right,
it.
like
yeah,
a night
yeah.
or say like a 1911, right?
Mhm.
So every 1911 feels the same because there's millions of them out there. So those I could see easily buying that, and then it's such
Or
an
Wendy's
easy
little
pro-
pew pew. Oh, I want that same one. Okay, that's this one, and then you order it.
Well, see, and
Okay.
and you say that, so like Wendy's little,
I like her pew pew.
380 is not your favorite,
no.
and you
It
would,
felt good in the store,
No.
but once I shot it, it was like, yeah.
That's the
that-
45. It was good. It was great, and then it's just not.
really
Yeah.
it didn't feel. Is it a full size or is it a mid size?
That's a great question.
When you're 45,
Mhm.
it's a full size, I think.
There you
Full
go.
size,
Yeah, I think it's a full size.
too heavy or
It feels weird.
'Cause
I
like
don't like
her
the
little-
grip.
her little 380. It feels
Almost in hell everywhere.
her 380 is actually feels too small. It's a great concealed gun.
Mhm.
It'll
Well,
fit.
for you, yeah, because you got big freaking hands.
Monster
I don't and see, and I don't
hands.
even have that big of hands.
but
But
they're
I mean,
bigger than mine.
but yeah, because I feel like I'm, like I'm covering the whole, like I'm covering the muzzle and
Yeah.
when I hold
Right.
on to it.
I think I think the CCP actually has the best balance between being a small gun but not too small to be great for concealing.
I don't know. My 9 Smith & Wesson fits great in my purse.
Well, see, and there
Just
you go.
saying.
Well, I'm talking for anybody that doesn't carry a purse.
Yeah, true. Good point. Good point,
You
Will.
don't have your man bag? Come on now.
No, I do not carry a man bag.
So, anybody have anything to be thankful for?
Absolutely.
Nope,
All
well,
right.
a lot to be thankful for.
Yeah, I just bought it all at Black Friday.
There you go. Bear 1, Lindsay 0.
I don't know what that means.
You choked
Because
on
you
the
dropped the bear.
Oh, I know. I almost died. He tried to choke
Well,
me.
wouldn't it actually be Bear 2, Lindsay 0? Since
know,
you
it's true,
dropped
'cause I
one and
dropped one
choked on
and-
one?
See, I dropped one and then they tried to retaliate and choke me.
See, there you go.
It's a conspiracy in my cup.
All right. Well, we'll skip we'll keep the things that you're thankful for private, I guess. Unless there's anybody who wants to speak up.
I'm thankful for family.
Okay.
Friends.
Thankful for friends.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for
friends.
I'm thankful for my little boy. He's
There you go.
freaking
There you go.
awesome.
He's so cute.
Thankful for where we live.
Yeah.
I mean, there's other countries that are going through a lot worse than what we are.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
other states in this country.
True.
True. Very
I mean-
true.
Absolutely.
Our state's kind of gone stupid on some things, but we're nowhere near as bad
No.
as some of
No,
the other ones.
absolutely. 100% there.
Not
No,
yet,
all right.
anyway.
No, we got.
I thought this was a good political commercial or
Cartoon.
cartoon. Time to reiterate: tomorrow you're going to bring down the big box of decorations from the attic and leave the bathroom scale up in its place
right.
until after the holidays.
That's funny.
All right,
Ours I just conveniently shoved deeper under the
under the
bathroom
bed.
sink.
There you
Bathroom
go.
sink.
All right, a couple more political cartoons. Just climate change. It's all a shakedown now. This is just. I thought this was kind of a fitting because now they want millions of dollars. They're asking for climate reparations. Did you hear this?
Yeah, I did hear that.
What?
What do we?
Who is?
What's her
Who
name?
do you think?
Gretchen Schmuckerface. What's her name?
Who do you think? Who do you think? Would
AOC.
be- No, go higher.
Biden.
Yep.
Oh, I was going to say the.
He's
hooker
sitting there
next
and saying that he thinks that we should be paying for the poorer countries that have been harmed by this, by climate change. We should be paying for them.
We'll let China pay for him.
Because again,
one.
yeah,
Right?
that's a good point.
Christine,
Wait.
You're our family too.
So they want.
So
Where
Biden
do you
wants,
start with this?
How do
It's
you-
like-
exactly.
Biden
How do you
wants
keep up,
us-
right?
So
Biden wants us to pay for a poorer country's
But-
whatever to fix it because we fucked it up.
No,
But
he
yeah-
wants to
Nope.
pay for their
Nope.
suffering because of
They're
climate
suffering.
change.
We're going to pay for their suffering.
okay, but
How are they suffering? They don't know no better.
with electric cars, well, we'll start there. So we have to mine the lithium. Where is it mined from?
Poor countries.
So we
And how
want
good
to
is it for
pay
the
them more.
Why is it mined in poor countries?
How good is it for
How
that?
come they're poor?
Exactly. I mean, and this
they're
goes not
socialist
just
countries?
for that. I
Because
mean,
they're socialist countries and they're being screwed by their dictator, governments. And we're going to give the money to whom?
the dictators.
Yeah.
Those
Ooh,
poor
that can't go
countries.
wrong, can it?
Oh my
Right?
God.
Yeah,
where
they're
could it
really,
possibly
it's
go wrong?
Really
It's-
going to
it-
stop the suffering.
It sounds like a payoff to me.
Ooh, that sounds like a payoff too. Funny. Let's go to this
Oh,
cartoon.
jeez.
Taxpayers, oblivious investors funds, FTX, and we're helping Ukraine. Campaign funds out the other end, and the DOJ is just looking the other way.
Is that how we got
There it
scammed
is.
out in Arizona?
We
Did we get
don't know.
FTX money?
We don't know. They did give millions to Democratic voters, or not voters, Democratic candidates.
Oh, who? When was this?
Oh,
What? It was
she's
this
up in
week.
your face.
No, it was this week on the phone. Remember, I was in your studio.
Last night.
No, it wasn't after Turkey because you didn't come up here after last night. So it was Tuesday night.
I was
Oh.
working
Monday
on
night.
something.
So just
You
so
were
you
in the
know,
studio.
in case you didn't catch it, she's keeping track how many times you come up here.
Oh, he's up here all the
shit.
time.
I'm up here all the time.
So it was Monday, maybe Monday, Tuesday. So I get this phone call.
Yeah.
And I'm already getting texts about we're so close to winning the election. Just give a little bit
Oh.
more. Thanks to Democratic Party. I'm like, it's been 2 weeks so we've been done voting. What's my money going for?
Right?
Just
for the
saying.
next one for 2024.
Right.
Yeah, and it's even too late
But we're
for
so close.
ballot curing. So
Exactly. So I get this call. Hi, would you like to do a survey? Sure, why not? I can standing here watching Keith on the thing. I got nothing to do. Sure, why not?
On the thing?
On the thing.
That's
And
not
That
correct.
clears it up, doesn't it?
I don't think we
on
want
the
it
computer
cleared
where
up.
Will is. You see where Will's ass is? That's where Keith's ass usually is.
Hey.
Oh, are you guys
that
ass
puts a
sharing
whole-
spaces?
Yeah, now Will's like, okay, that makes it. Now I know why it's all warm here.
I know. So they asked me in the survey, and they're like, "Okay, can we ask you if you voted on November 8th?" And I said, "Sure. Can you ask me who's paying for you to take the survey?" Well, we can't disclose that.
Well, then this call's
Then
done.
I'm good. I'm
Right.
good not answering.
Yeah. There's a
If you
reason
can't
why.
tell me. If you can't tell me who's paying for you to call me,
Yeah.
I think I'm good.
Yeah, I don't need to
Seriously.
answer that.
You
What
have
kind
a
of
wonderful
what kind of
day.
what kind of super PAC dark money are we talking
Yeah,
about?
I'm
here?
good. Thanks.
Yeah, exactly.
It was
Oh my
interesting.
God. All right, quick rundown of the headlines. We already covered a couple of them.
Hmm.
So the Massachusetts, that's hard to say right now if you've been drinking. Department of Public Health put spyware on phones during COVID, and then when you would delete it, they would put it right back.
Mhm.
And
Just
you-
like your tracker to tell you who you were near.
Yep.
Do you know you were near somebody who had COVID? Probably every fucking day.
Isn't that just? I mean, and
It was
get that
saying
warning.
the privacy, the privacy laws that
And I have
violates
do
in
not
general.
like track me on anything.
Well, I mean,
Location, no.
Yeah,
Everything is
the,
no
the,
on
the
mine.
privacy laws, and we'll see if anybody actually brings a public suit against
hope they do.
Massachusetts
I
on
hope they
this.
do too. Yeah.
But you know, it's Massachusetts. It's
I
very
hope they do,
blue.
but the
What about
government's
the
been-
CDC calling you during COVID? Remember all the calls I
Oh,
got
yeah,
from the
we got all
CDC?
the
that
time.
wasn't
The CDC.
It wasn't a
invasive.
private. No, I get that.
that wasn't
but still.
invasive. That was different. But
Well, I
this,
let's be real. The government's been spying on us for
years.
years. I mean,
Now they're just
freaking-
getting real blatant about it.
What was that
They give us things that we put in our homes to do that.
Well, as
Like
technology
Alexa.
gets better, they get better at spying, right?
Yes.
Isn't that pretty much how it works?
oh my god.
All of our phones are now fucking hacked. Like we're all
Right?
doomed.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Mhm.
You know, and
we're
there's-
on the
they're,
watch.
they're
list
gonna
for
say
sure.
there's probably something that we've all, because you know, none of us sit here, nobody reads the whatever it is, the
terms
and
and conditions.
terms and
Oh,
conditions.
absolutely.
You know,
There.
and
what
so
was
there's
it?
probably something in there that says that you give up the right to be able to, you know,
Turn
do
everything
Oh,
off.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was something. Oh freaking hell! Kevin posted it during COVID, and it was in Amazon's terms and conditions because he's a weird, like computer
guy.
freak and reads everything. And it said something about Amazon tracks you and your spending, and if you're buying COVID related supplies or anything that has to do to treat COVID, they then report you
for what?
for
You
going
ha-
against their terms and policies and upsetting the dogs.
Well, that's why. That's part of the reason why I turned off my Zelle and PayPal.
Oh, I never. PayPal has been threatening me for a long time. I'm like,
because
I've never
of the
had
whole
a
terms
PayPal.
and because of the terms and conditions, because they wanted to fine you $2,500 for violating some whatever social something blah blah blah.
Well, they ended up
How so?
deciding not to do that. If
This
I
was-
heard right.
But then
PayPal
then
still
there was-
did something.
then there was
They
you know, so
backpedaled
they
on that, though.
they sent it out
They
back
didn't
in
really.
October.
Oh yeah.
They
And then
got
we're
pushed-
taking
And they
back.
got a bunch of pushback, and so they said, "Nope, that was a mistake. We didn't mean to do that."
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
It was
And
still
then-
in
and
editing.
then
It wasn't
about-
real.
Then about 3 weeks later, I started getting emails basically saying from a couple different things, because I try to stay off social media as much as possible. So I'm signed up for a bunch of emails for a bunch of different things, and I started getting emails that saying they're putting it back in, they're putting it back in, they're putting it back in, and so I, you know, had to go in there and just say, "That's it. You guys can't be
Done.
trusted, so I'm gonna just delete you."
Done.
Yeah, I haven't had PayPal in forever. We have Zelle though. I told him when he starts sending me the money for rent to be like hookers Friday night. Thanks with like a weekly face. Since they're watching us for everything over $500, I'm like every 2 weeks, baby, just be like,
All right.
"Good Friday night, thanks, babe."
Why does the work
Hookers and blow, hookers and blow.
Hookers and blow.
why does
Friday
the woke
nights,
world
hookers and
have to be so
blow.
stupid? Like seriously,
I'm gonna have so
the
much
more
fun.
the more woke things get, the stupider everything gets.
The more fun I get to
hold
have.
that
Yeah,
thought.
hold that
Will.
thought.
Hold that.
Oh, I'm
thought.
always holding
The
that
more
thought,
fun I
John.
You
get
hold
to
that
have,
thought. We're
I
going to talk
enjoy
about
it.
that in a little bit.
Hookers
So-
and blow.
No,
No, the
Oh.
woke.
woke.
Oh, okay.
The woke agenda.
Wokeism.
I'm like, what are we talking about?
So have you seen that there's a potential that we might have a rail strike here in the next handful of weeks?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that's
won't
come
create
back
Saying
a
that,
problem.
around.
though, haven't they?
Well, yeah, they only postponed it before the election.
No, it's
No.
Yeah.
So what they did was they came up with an agreement with the union representatives, but they didn't go to the actual unions. So the top two largest unions, because there's like 6 or 7 unions
Yeah.
For the
Mhm.
railroad.
that represent the railroads, and the top 2, which make more than 50%, both rejected it.
Mm.
Nope, not happening, not doing it. We don't like this. Because
Whoopsie.
again, they threw
McDonald's.
money at it, which doesn't address the issue. The issue was the fact that they were getting fined and they were getting, you know, punished in whatever fashion they were getting punished,
Oh, you should probably
for
keep that and give John that.
taking a day off.
Yeah, they're working insane hours with no time off, no
Mhm.
family
I
time.
mean, there was one story.
That's not new though.
But I mean, there was
They
one guy.
wanted it to change. That's a whole.
It's the
thing.
point
Oh,
that they
yeah.
got fed up, and who could blame
They can't
them?
take any kind of personal days. There was one guy, I was showing Wendy, there was one guy who got reprimanded, whatever you want to call it, however they were doing it, for having a heart attack.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he had a
Why am
heart
I not
attack.
surprised?
Had a heart attack, didn't show up for work, and they, docked him or whatever they do that, and it's like,
Wow.
really? He had a freaking heart attack.
Jeez.
Yep.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Welcome to having unions.
So it wasn't, it wasn't about the money. It was about the benefit of we want some time off.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
Well, and
you
this
need
one,
mental health.
You need
Yeah.
you need
Right,
a
yeah.
balance. You
Yeah.
need
Yeah,
a work-life
exactly.
balance.
and I'm going to say in this case, I think actually the unions were not helping their workers.
They're not.
So this
I've
one,
never
they
never
were.
been a part of a union. But I've never heard of a good union.
I mean, I will say, and
But Arizona's not a union state, so that's why I don't know
Yeah,
much
it's
about
not
They
it.
had a
much-
place in history.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like my grandfather worked for the railroad, retired from the railroad. My uncle worked for the railroad, retired from the railroad. All unions, all pensions, all good stuff. But that was early 1900s. Like,
I will say that I know a lot of good people that work for unions even today. They like it. Hey, you do you. If you like your union and you want to be part of the union,
great.
Go
Yeah,
ahead,
and if
go
you
right
do
ahead.
your work
That's-
and you're part of the
you know,
board or
that's
whatever,
it.
that's
I
great.
will say that unfortunately there are some of those people that are in the unions that it just breeds laziness.
Yeah.
True.
Yep.
And so that's the downside to unions. And then the other part in this case for the railroad workers, the unions were not sticking up for their rank and file.
Well, and that's when you need to get on that board and take over
that's,
some.
so that's where the union was not helping out. They were
Yeah.
just taking the money and was like, yep,
Having
yep,
a good
yep,
day.
yep, we're good.
Gee,
we're
that
good.
sounds like
back
my
in the day,
HOA.
though, maybe I might be completely off base on this, but back in the day, weren't the unions ran by the mafia?
Mhm.
I think they still are.
Are they? Are they still mafia? I don't know,
They're not run by the mafia.
but they were.
They
back
have
in the
ties.
Day, weren't
They
they?
have ties.
Oh,
Yeah, they
okay.
have ties.
So
Don't we all have ties?
the mafia,
What do you think about
would
that?
help with votes and things of that nature. I like that one better than I like the what is that, Puncher's Chance?
You look
Chance?
No, I like that jar better.
you
though.
looked
This one
really
smells
concentrated
better.
on that, Keith.
No, I feel like it has more of a bite than that one had.
No, I don't think so.
No?
I think that one's
Limestone Branch Distillery in Lebanon, Kentucky.
Lebanon?
Lebanon.
Oh, Lebanon.
so this is something that's supposed to be. I saw this advertised on Yellowstone.
Surprise.
It was on
But-
the show.
It was supposed to,
It
that's
was-
what the guy was
Well,
saying.
but see, it's funny because then they were doing Bullet for the first 4 seasons.
Hmm.
Because I even said this to Wendy when we were watching the first 2 episodes of season 5. They were doing Bullet because that's what John Dutton always drank was Bullet.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, they very prominently started putting Buffalo Trace in, and they mentioned it in the program. Yeah, Buffalo Trace.
Yes.
And then
And
Yellowstone started advertising.
Was that when we were the test subjects?
Well, it wasn't the bourbon cream. It was legit.
No,
it
but
was regular- it
still,
was
I know the regular
Trace.
Buffalo Trace is disgusting. It's downstairs.
It's not bad.
Gross. It's not good.
So, but you see, you're not a bourbon drinker. You're not a straight up.
What
but
whiskey
see, you
do
said the
you
same
like?
thing about this, and this I like.
None.
Okay, there we go.
You said the same thing
Case in
about
point.
this.
That wasn't terrible. It wasn't good. But it wasn't
that's
terrible.
That's a shining endorsement. Boy,
It
we can
is.
put that right on. Put that
So-
right on the advertisements. I can see that a giant Lindsay at every
not
total
terrible.
wine. It's not terrible.
But it's not good. And it would
Speaking
be sold out.
Okay, well,
speaking of endorsements, get your Black Rifle coffee.
yeah, we blew our Buffalo Trace endorsement. That's for sure.
Good job.
We love us. No one will
So-
ever
Hey,
have
the Black
sponsorships.
Rifle vanilla is delicious.
Did you see that
Delicious.
CBS has finally found out that they reported that there might be a Hunter Biden laptop out there?
I saw that.
Wow.
Shocker.
Yeah. Yeah. I've never heard of that.
I kept seeing this
There's
title
a-
of an article saying
he has
CBS
a
just admitted the
laptop?
world was round too.
Well, and they
Did you see
also
that
said
one?
that, yeah, and they also had said that Amelia Earhart might be lost at sea.
Wow. So it's been one of those weeks.
Yeah.
Right.
But my question is though, now that the
Is the
election,
world round?
well, but see, this is the next line because this is my own thought. Is this the first domino to fall for getting rid of Joe?
Why? So that Kamala can be in charge? Because
No,
she's
they
better?
don't want him running next go round.
Who?
Biden.
Biden.
He's
Who
sitting there.
doesn't want him running?
The
Their
The
whole
Democrats.
rest
party.
of the world.
Nobody.
I know, but Why would the Democrats not want him running? They cheated to get him in the first time. Why is it going to matter?
Because they realize when it,
They realize
Never mind.
because there's no way because somebody
There's no way anybody's
somebody
going to
is gonna-
believe it.
yeah, somebody's going to actually go, wait a minute, how's this guy have a 30% approval rating and he wins again?
and he wins again. Exactly.
You know, that's going to be a little sketchy. That's a far fetched.
Little
And
more
the fact
questions
that, you know,
than
and the old guy keeps going, yeah, oh yeah, I'm running. And
At-
they're like, no, you were supposed to. It says on the notes, no.
It says no,
It
you're not
says
running.
right here, no.
Stage left. Hey,
At
stage
this
left.
point, at this point, a freaking skunk should be able to beat him.
I
in
was
a,
thinking porcupine. That's funny.
But is
I mean,
is
you
this
could
the way
say
that
point,
they're
though.
going to get him to bow out? Is this basically the Dems saying, Joe, here, give me your arm. Yo, Joe, no, you are not running because
Right.
we will release
It's-
we will release the
Give me some ice
documents
cream.
from the Hunter laptop if you
He
decide
has
to
no
run.
clue what that even means.
Go eat some ice cream, Joe, and enjoy the
I'm
retirement
telling you.
home where you can be senile on your own.
I said this
has no
before and I'll say it
clue.
again. The Dems always play the long game, and I'm
course they
thinking
do.
that this is the first domino because it's drip, 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 and this is the first domino to get Joe to say, you know what?
expose him.
Yeah, to say, Joe, you're just not gonna. You're gonna just say, I'm tired and I'm not gonna run.
okay, so the question then becomes: is who did they put in place then?
Well, that's
Pelosi and her hammer.
No.
no.
Oh,
So
God,
the
no.
top two
Oh.
again is Mayor Pete.
Who?
Your buddy Buttigieg.
Buttigieg. Oh, I want to go. Can I go to
And
one of
he's
his
and
rallies?
he's not liked. He is not liked.
I
and so
literally
now
thought you
they're
said he's not
thinking-
white.
So now they're thinking possibly Newsom.
Oh God, no.
Newsom.
Oh.
Seriously?
Gavin
And he,
is
he has a
Gavin.
better.
Gavin Newsom wants to be president. Would love to be president,
Oh, and he's got auntie to be able to.
and he's
pull
got
some
his aunt. And
strings,
there's
huh?
there's the only reason why she would stay is because of the fact that if it's a possibility that she might be in the house while he's president.
But
Like she gets to walk
see,
in the house.
California. I'm sorry, Californians. You guys are fucking dumb for voting him back in. Seriously,
Everybody. I mean, it's everybody. It's Newsom. It's
Thank you.
it's
See, touches me.
Pelosi. It's Maxine Waters. It's
How did she
what's-
get back? Did she get back in? And did
yeah, she's a-
Beetlejuice get back in? And
Well, she's not
She
up
wasn't
there.
running.
oh,
But Maxine Waters, and then Adam Schiff, and what's the name that slept with Fang Fang?
Bang bang.
what?
Oh, there's a California
I
House
have no
member
idea.
that slept with a Chinese spy, and he's on the House Intelligence Committee.
What?
Oh my God, you guys really haven't heard of this?
No.
No.
This is like a year and a half old.
Oh really? No. I
Oh
didn't know
yeah,
that.
this is, I'll have to look. I'm drawing a blank as to his name. So if somebody wants to, Dan, throw up his name, the guy that slept with Fang Fang. So
Huh.
yeah, she's a Chinese spy. He was sleeping with her, admits he was sleeping with her, and then when it all finally
Who was
unfolded,
the person?
he's a representative. I don't
Oh,
remember
you
his
don't
name.
know.
I
Okay.
can't remember his name.
That's what we're
Just
trying to figure
just
out.
type in Fang Fang. PHEYG or no PHEG maybe
PHENG.
maybe.
Bang,
Yeah,
bang.
Fang Fang. Come on, Dan. Where are you? Dan, help me out. Back me up here, buddy. Yeah, I need Arthur. Where's Arthur? Arthur's usually at the top
I
of
don't know.
this.
They're not on tonight.
Oh my
They're at a new
God.
brewery.
Oh, are they?
Oh, see. And so, watch Heavy Metal Beer Club on YouTube. Always entertaining. Always
Yes.
entertaining.
They're so
Um,
good. I like her new cooking show too.
They have
I'm
a
gonna go over
cooking
there.
show?
She has a cooking show. I'm gonna go. It's Mama Cat's something.
Did it?
Mama Cat's
Really?
something.
Yeah, Mama Cats. Yeah.
She makes these. She made green chili enchiladas, and
Ooh.
I'm gonna be a taste tester.
Now all of a sudden I got a taste for
you be a
green-
taste tester.
Right.
green chili enchiladas. Is
Mm-hmm.
it? Who is it? Drum roll.
I'm,
drum
getting,
roll.
I'm working on it here. They didn't put it
Eric
like
Swalwell?
in the.
Oh, Swalwell. Yes. Eric Swalwell. That's it. Thank you, Dan. I appreciate that. Yeah, Eric Swalwell. And he's on the Intelligence Committee. I mean, it's like letting the fox in the hen house and putting him in charge. I can't believe it.
It's crazy. I don't know, man.
Unreal.
And so they said, McCarthy.
Why can't
has
we just
said-
have people with normal names?
I
Where's
don't know.
like Bob
So,
Smith?
McCarthy.
Where's Bob Smith? Like,
So McCarthy, who's going to be possibly the Speaker of the House, most likely, has said that Swalwell will not be on the Intelligence Committee. And the Dems, especially like the ladies on The View, they are losing their minds.
How are they?
We have
party foul.
spill. We have a spill.
Gummy bears down. Gummy bears
Well, at least
down.
there were no bears were harmed in that.
Oh, no bears were
That
harmed
was
in that accident.
Just the juice.
I had
Just the
two.
juice.
I had two that were harmed, and they didn't
Oh,
choke.
just the juice.
Just the
All
juice. The juice makes
so
your
we saw
tongue
that
numb.
the
Mama
US
Cat's Rock and Eats. That's what it
Yes.
is. There you go.
Oh, I'm just gonna go be a taste tester. I wonder if she lets there be like co-hosts, and I'll just be the taste tester.
Right.
hey, we should see if we can,
Be like Coffee Table Chronicles is here taste testing.
well, I mean, can we go down and spend a day and do a
Don't
little,
think she's gonna care.
They would love to have us. You kidding? me?
a little
We already have a brewery boost that we have to do.
What it was that they used to do
Cross
with the
contamination.
Cross show,
with the old television shows back in the day.
like a cross episode. Yeah, cross.
Mouth
Oh,
to
yeah.
the Bears. There we go. Well, we've been doing that
So
the
we
whole time,
could-
Christy.
So we could, because her coffee table, we could steal her coffee table, set the camera
Well,
because
don't
they
say
have
it.
the
All right,
thing.
so don't anybody tell Andrea.
We could
They were
steal
stealing their.
They're
steal
gonna
the
watch.
coffee table and do us on the one side, like have the camera facing towards us, and then have her doing the cooking show on the other side,
Oh, okay.
That'd be a fun.
then,
That'd be a
like-
fun
That'd be
show.
some fun.
right?
That'd be fun.
All right, so we talked about the climate reparations, blah blah blah,
Blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah.
That was so stupid.
and then we talked about So I mean, has anybody seen the violence that's been going on in the U.S.? So we had the violence in Virginia twice.
It's
So,
all over the place. I
It's
mean,
all over the
it's
place.
just-
We had the 4 students that were stabbed to death in Idaho.
Yeah, I saw that.
We saw obviously the gay nightclub or the LGBTQ plus nightclub in Colorado.
Mhm.
And then we had some more in California. We need to figure out what's going on. And so, yesterday the president, this whole comment right here made comments on semi-automatic guns. So, and he says that he doesn't see why anybody would ever want or need a semi-automatic gun. So I'm going to actually key on that a little bit. So I wanted to reiterate to everybody, stop listening to these idiot politicians. Do your own research.
Absolutely.
Do your own research. I can't stress this enough because the sound bites that you're getting from some of these people that have no idea are idiots. They are idiots. So
America is
this
a
is
nation that can be defined in a single word. Put him
So,
right.
so just to kind of clarify, where should people be doing their research? Because a lot of times, if you're doing it through mainstream media, which a lot of people listen to, that doesn't always give the correct information. Where should they go for better, correct information?
So this is going to sound weird. And so hold on to answer your question in a second, but I want to answer
Okay.
Christine. Was there a mass shooting? Because I was watching the news up until 5 o'clock today. Is the mass shooting the same mass shooting that happened the other day, Christine, or was there actually a mass shooting in a Walmart today? Because there was the one that happened to an overnight crew on
A few days ago.
Monday night, I think. Sunday
Was it?
night, Monday night, something like that.
Yeah, but think about it. You want a body count Black Friday. That's where everybody's in the freaking stores.
I know. So,
Right, I mean-
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
but a
just
mass
asking
shooting's
the
anything
question.
over
'cause-
4.
Right. No, I get that, but
So, but the point is, I mean, so this is legitimately, and I'm bringing up a few points about this. So this is the transcript from the White House. This is actually from the White House. I got it off this morning. The president says, "Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Look, the idea that we're not enforcing red flag laws, period, blah, 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 is ridiculous." This is going back about the shooting in Colorado. Let's go back to this Yahoo News story that says Club Q shooting suspect was apparently arrested after 2021 bomb threat. If you look at the video, and it's on YouTube, of him actually,
it was today.
wow, I'm going to have to go back and look at that. What state was that in, Christine?
Virginia.
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 Another Virginia?
I guess, yeah.
So it said the Walmart was in Virginia.
So this guy was actually, he made a homemade bomb, threatened to blow up his mom's house. They evacuated the entire block and had the SWAT van outside and had to negotiate with this guy for a couple hours to get him to come out and give himself up. And so, but you notice the last part, the case was sealed.
What?
The case was sealed.
Why?
Nobody ever knew about this until the police actually said, oh shit, yeah, we actually kind of arrested this guy. Ding, ding,
Before.
ding. We arrested this guy last year and we didn't do anything about it.
Why would we not?
So again, when the president
But
sits here
hold
and
on,
says,
did we let him out because in 2021 we let everybody out because of COVID? We didn't want him to get COVID in prison.
no, this guy was a bomber.
We didn't want him to get COVID in prison. We let murderers fucking out of Florence.
I mean, this guy, I mean, I don't know what.
That's not
but the
different. He
fact
didn't
was
blow
the
nobody
case-
up.
But it's not like they put him on home monitoring. They sealed the case. What'd you find?
Yeah, why?
I didn't find anything for today. Everything I can find about Walmart's shooting goes back to the one that happened on the 20.
Same
23rd.
here. I'm sitting here
Yeah.
Googling trying to find this, and I'm only finding the one from a few days
All
ago.
right. So,
Yeah.
Kristen, you might be looking at the one from before, which, you know, hey, no, I mean, nothing wrong with that, but, you know,
Still
it's still
awful.
just, it goes back to it. I mean, we're not worried about the details. We're more worried about just the overall of why is there all this.
There was some
This
updates today,
violence.
so maybe that's
And yeah, and there might be violence today.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but the point is just there's all this violence and nobody's doing anything about it.
But
And they
I'm-
want to pass all these laws, but then they don't enforce them. And the question is, you know, again, we were talking about this last week, right? And the fact that we have, what is it? Something like 22,000 gun laws already on the books. Why don't we enforce the 22,000 gun laws?
That we have.
They enforce, they put in there the, you know, president said earlier this week something about he passed, you know, great gun legislation.
That's not
And-
step one. It's step like.
Hold on,
50.
stand by, Dan. Stand by. Hold that thought. And so the point is, you know, he talked about the red flag laws or the sweeping gun regulation that he put in there, and it is all about the red flag laws, but they're not enforcing them.
Right.
Here's a perfect example. The guy was actually arrested.
Right.
How did he get a legal gun?
Did he get a legal gun?
Yeah.
Okay.
The red flag.
That was
laws
my
are
question. I was
Yeah.
Seriously
I mean, he
flawed
legitimately
anyway.
had,
He has a legal
he had
gun.
an AR and he had an AR and I think 2 pistols.
So
But
just
it- but-
background check.
But again,
Didn't
where
show
did he get the
anything?
gun from? Did he buy it from a store? Did he
I
get it through?
haven't
Did he get it
heard.
through the
That's what I'm
black
saying,
market?
legally.
I haven't heard. And well, and there lies goes the other issue is that the laws are only going to stop those that are going to
That are
obey them.
abiding.
Right.
Right.
So if you're not going to abide by the laws, then what good is the law?
The black market's huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's not going to stop anything.
You know,
Yeah.
and so then the next point is, you know, he says the idea that we're still allowing semi-automatic weapons to be purchased is sick. It's just sick. It has no social redeeming value. All right, so
Zero, none, not a single solitary reasonable
except profit for the gun
rationale.
manufacturers.
Except
So I'm going to
profit for the
say
gun
here, so
manufacturers.
here's my M&P shield. It has been clear, checked, unloaded. It's very safe. You know, there's nothing in it. Magazine's empty, right?
Your clip is empty. Yes.
let me check.
Not my clip. The magazine is empty. No such thing as a clip. So, this
Switching cups.
is not a rifle, obviously.
I'll spell it.
This is a semi-automatic gun. A semi-automatic gun means you pull the trigger once, it goes pew.
You pull it twice, it goes pew pew.
But it only does it once every single time. Same thing here.
One shot per trigger pull.
Sorry, that was funny.
Revolver, right? Everything's empty.
Everything's
Yep.
empty.
Everything's empty. This is my father's old 22 revolver.
That's a nice revolver.
That's nice.
It's actually it's a cheap one. It's a high standard, but I only keep it for sentimental value.
It's cute.
This is a semi-automatic weapon.
That's a double pew pew.
This, you pull the trigger, it goes bang. There's nothing unusual about it. That's not a rifle.
Yeah.
This is, according to the president, sick. And there's no reason to have this. Just keep in mind, the president has no idea what he's talking about.
Right.
No idea what he's talking about. This he wants to outlaw. If you're not paying attention to what this guy wants, he wants to outlaw everything.
If he had
So-
his way, he'd leave you with just a freaking single shot.
Well, he likes his double
doesn't
barrel
even want
shotguns
to.
that you can just arbitrarily shoot off the front porch,
Right.
which is highly
And hit
illegal
everybody.
in any town. You cannot just shoot a gun. Period.
I can't just shoot off my front porch. I don't know
No.
what kind of world. What is
No.
this world coming to?
Yeah, not even here in free Arizona.
Right?
Can't just shoot
I
off my
mean,
porch.
Can I just do it and say the president told me to?
Yeah, I
know
wish
it's-
that was a legal excuse.
Yeah, that wouldn't work.
You know what
Yeah,
it might.
and he says right here, and then of course, he has to say down at the bottom, I'm going to get rid of assault weapons, which again, his definition of assault weapons
is that
is this. So he doesn't want you to be able to protect yourself. He's letting millions come in across the southern border.
and they're gonna
Look-
cab those.
Look up El Paso right now. The mayor of El Paso, the residents of El Paso are complaining about the fact, not complaining is not a strong enough word. They're screaming about the fact that there are bands of illegal immigrants walking up and down the streets
Right.
in El
Yeah.
Paso.
Right.
Yep.
And it's just, and they don't even know what to do.
Seriously.
You're right, Christine. So I'll be damned if anybody's going to take my
Right.
guns.
Right.
Yep.
So
It's gonna be a big fight.
'tis the season.
Oh, we're switching gears here?
Yeah, wow, that's,
'Tis the season.
That's
No,
like
we're
a-
not. No, we're
that's a
not.
180 here.
'Tis the season to cancel wokeness and cancel culture.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Amen.
Peace, love, joy, faith, family, and friends, right? Merry
Oh my God.
Christmas.
Yes.
We found a shirt for
Merry
you.
Christmas. Yes.
A what?
A shirt for you.
Did you? Better than my We the People?
Pretty good.
We'll have to tell you about it later.
Oh, okay. So
With your not Christmas movie on it.
have you seen this meme before? Have you seen this saying before? Hard times create strong men.
Yeah.
Yes.
Strong
Oh, yeah,
men
yeah.
create good times. Good times create weak men. Weak men create hard times.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
where are we right now?
We are
Weak.
at Weak Men.
Weak Men.
Yeah.
Weak men create hard times, right?
Yep.
100%.
So have you seen
The
this?
fact that a man doesn't know what a man is.
I saw this, so you've probably seen the first three blocks, right? The equality, the equity, and the reality.
Yep.
And I question on this a lot because of the fact that one, this guy, if anybody were to ask him, he'd probably be like, yeah, no problem. I will give you my box
Mhm.
because that's the way the world works, right?
Right.
If you
On
allow
the same
people to
token,
be kind,
why
they
is
will.
this guy standing in the hole? If
And why is there now four boxes when there
because I
was
come
three?
back to if you want to get out of a bad situation, you have to put forth the effort
Right.
Mhm.
to get
To
out of a bad situation. And then this is liberation. But on the other hand, I asked the question, so what about all these people out here in the outfield, in the actual stands
Mhm.
that paid for a seat?
Right.
Right.
How is that fair?
Mhm.
How did they get screwed?
Absolutely. I like
So-
the equity one.
So the point is, no, all three of them are trespassing.
Yes.
They need to go get a ticket.
Right.
True.
Or the
No,
other
you're not, 'cause
reality
you're on the other
is
side of the fence.
the other reality is that social
Okay.
everybody suffers under social justice.
Yeah.
Are you laughing in there?
Wow.
You are probably fun to watch a horror movie with.
Wow, that got pretty.
Yeah.
Why is there only one pair of legs?
Oh, don't ask.
Yeah.
Don't ask. So this was something that I saw off of, I keep wanting to say Reddit, but it wasn't Reddit. So this was off of Substack. And the whole article is actually very good. It's from Local Distance. And it was cooking up social justice, how activist scholars cooked up wokeness in academia. And it talks about how that wokeness actually was incubated in wokeness was incubated in academia as far back as the late 80s, early 90s.
I was going to say late
We've
70s.
talked about
but
that.
And so it's interesting that it talks about the whole aspect of it. It's a really good article. I would impress everybody to please go find it. Local Distance. It talks about all the different studies outside of math and science and things like that, and then they even pivoted. Remember, not too long ago they tried to pivot and say that math was racist.
Right.
Math is
I
racist
remember
in some
that.
fashion, and it's
Yeah.
like because math is only for rich white people to be able to understand, and poor underprivileged kids can't understand it. And it's like, really, anybody can
One
understand
plus
it.
one is two. Math is the most
As long as you
simplest thing
stop
in the
trying
whole
to
world.
change
I
it
love
to
it.
freaking Common Core, Everybody can understand it.
Serious.
I know a lot of white people that don't know math.
Right? Well,
Right.
absolutely. And therein lies, well, we're going to come to that. So that's actually a good point because, one of the things
My
that
cousin, who's an English teacher, she's an English teacher for a reason.
couple of the, right? And a couple of the good points that I wanted to make out of this article was that they say, they talk about the wokeness and they say not to force their views on them, not to force your views on them.
Right.
But then they turn around and they demand everyone accept their worldwide view and ideology.
I'm good, thanks.
And they do it only to achieve, not because they want change. They want to achieve their social and political goals.
Well, we just
And you
overtook.
notice-
You just gave in.
But the
So
thing,
if you
but-
gave in
and-
over this, then I can push a little harder and have you give in over something else.
And good
Yeah.
point,
Yep.
because have you ever noticed that the goalpost changes all the time?
All the time.
Constantly.
All the
Constantly.
time. Because the
Constantly.
moment you give them this, that's no
Oh,
longer
so that
important
means
to
I
them.
can. Yeah.
They want
How do you
want
think the
that.
LGBTQ community got so?
MNRP.
Well, now the
Vocal.
whole flag is turned into a, it looks like, you're traveling through space in the Millennium Falcon.
Looks like my gummy bears.
Well, they
Right?
LGBT
Holy
isn't.
cow.
It isn't
look
just a
at your
freaking.
jar, sir.
Well,
There's
He's
like
working on those.
there's like 20 flags to the LGBTQ
Right,
community
right.
now.
they
Okay.
keep changing.
And
So
here,
this is
here's
my
the
thing.
here's the sad part.
I'm not.
As
even
far
gonna
as
say it.
all those flags go, there's even a freaking flag for the disgusting little pedos.
What?
Oh, of
There
course
is.
There's,
Is there
there's
really?
symbols
There
and
is.
everything. Of
There's
course
one
there is.
flag. It's the American flag.
There is
Red,
only
white, and
one flag.
blue.
So in every debate, so they talk about how to combat this.
That's a
Which-
lot of colors. That looks like the flag.
They talk about how to combat this. So the
looks
way to
really good.
combat this is in every debate with a social justice advocate, we need to assert the importance of clear arguments and objective truth. Have the conversation on the ground of objective truth rather than interest, bias, and feelings, because theirs is always going to be
Feelings. It's always
feelings.
feelings.
Right.
Well, here's the thing: trying to argue with anybody in the woke community about facts. As far as they're concerned, facts: a woman is a man and a man is a woman. Facts is wrong. They believe stupid shit.
Right.
Well, and so what I'm going to
Hey,
say
that's
though,
pretty
and here's
good.
here's my point though. But you're right. And so if you're ever going to get into that argument, state up front. You're winning to the social justice warrior. You're winning as long as you don't call me a name. Because what inevitably always happens when you
You're
start getting
stupid.
when
Yeah,
you
they
start
call-
giving them facts
They
Yeah.
call you
and
something.
and pointing out what's going on, it always inevitably turns into you're an
Well,
asshole.
you're a racist.
You're a
an
racist. You're,
extremist, or
yeah. As long
you're
as you don't call
Yeah.
me any names,
xenophobic.
you're
Right.
winning. If you can keep the argument up without calling me names,
You're fine.
Which none of those arguments ever last more than 5 minutes.
They never
without it
do.
happen.
No.
I mean,
because
it's
guess
just-
what? Then all of a sudden you're a xenophobe and you're a
Right.
racist
Yeah.
and you're and so that's the point.
I'm
so
a what?
Every
A
time it looks like there's a
xenophobe?
contradiction
Xenophobe.
and shifts in terms or some other move, we must ask them to get clear about exactly what they mean and then measure their statements against the standard of objective truth. So, I mean, it's the same old story, right? We know this. We actually know this, but I just wanted to point it out because I thought it was actually a good article. But I have a new motivational video on YouTube that I love.
Mm.
So I saw this actually this morning or yesterday.
I think
I think it was yesterday.
it was Wednesday.
And I love John Lovell. So from Warrior Poet Society, he has great stuff. So if you have never seen Warrior Poet Society and or John Lovell on YouTube, I would suggest looking it up. And but he put this article out there.
He's got like a Will beard, man. Look at that.
Oh man, he had this great thing. Why victim culture is taking over. So he talks about not trying to have personal accountability. Those that are sitting there and that are just offended by everything. What are you
Put up
laughing at?
Dad's comment again.
What did Dad say? Dan, what did you say?
I saw on Twitter today by a woke punk that they hope I die soon. Told him I'd work on it.
But that's
But
exactly
see,
it.
this is the point.
They lose the argument, that's what
listen to
happens.
this. So listen to this.
Oh, that's funny.
Because all they want to do is they say that they're easily offended and that the whole world needs to be bowed down to them because they're a fragile snowflake and because they're a victim. I had to type this. I don't know how many times I spent, starting and stopping the video today trying to type this
Trying
all
to
out.
type it.
Oh my gosh, this is a YouTube video.
Yeah.
And because they're a victim, everybody has to shut up and no one else is allowed to speak on their behalf because they have only their exact brand of victimhood. And why in the world would we go along with such a loser mentality? Why do we give in to them? Why do we let them? Because
good point.
this is a great point. I'm a victim. Everybody else has to shut up and no one else is allowed to speak. And then he went on to say, and it's a whole, I think, like 15-minute video. So I really would encourage everybody to look this up. Stop acting like a victim from John Lovell or Warrior Poet Society. The big thing is to dust yourself off. Refuse to take a victim mentality. Stand up and drive forward. Take accountability. Take responsibility for your own life, regardless of how the world has mistreated you. He even goes into, yes, everybody has
Christine.
all
Good
the time
job,
because of my beliefs.
good
And I
job,
tell them I
Christine.
worked 57 hard years to get to this point. I still haven't.
That's
Absolutely.
But I'm working
But
on
the
it.
point
Thanks.
but Christine, the point is, you're not sitting there and taking any of those comments as a victim.
No, because
You're just
what did our
brushing it
parents,
off and going,
what did
hey,
our
you don't even.
parents say? You're fine. Suck it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
But ask that question. Why? Why are they getting the microphone? Why are they getting the voice?
Because they yell the
Because we
loudest.
let them.
Because they
Right.
cry the loudest.
Because
Well,
we
who
let
lets them
them.
know? Who lets them know? Is it social media that
Society
lets
does.
them? Is it really us?
Society
that
does.
lets
Because,
them?
well, we as a society let them because it makes headlines.
Key point right there.
It makes
Boom,
headlines.
you just summed
makes,
it up.
It makes viral
Pay
videos.
attention.
It makes because you and I and you and I
not very
and all of
exciting.
us sitting here and everybody online, we don't make headlines.
No.
But somebody sitting there and saying that a thumbs up is racist now. That makes a
What?
headline.
What isn't racist now? Seriously.
Oh, you didn't hear? I talked about that weeks
It's the
ago.
go-to. It's the go-to.
Well, that's like you can't
Because
do
everybody
the
is
thumbs
so
up
J
was
scared.
symbol anymore.
Everybody is so scared of being
Would
called
they rather have
racist.
this?
That's what you're gonna get. Do we
Well,
have
I
one
mean-
of those? Is
Well-
that an emoji? I'm gonna start giving that
Right?
instead.
Right.
Do you remember the okay
Yeah.
hand gesture? I mean, they say that's white power now.
What?
What?
Yeah.
See, and again, this comes back to
Uh,
people that are looking to get noticed. People
so,
that are
so if I do this and this, I'm racist white power.
yes, you're all sorts of things. So the point is, these are a bunch of people that
They're making shit up just
and
to
we
get
can say
attention.
we can say you're absolutely right, Christine. We can sit there and we can say that we want to make them feel better, but we shouldn't, and we
No,
shouldn't.
suck it up, Buttercup.
Yeah,
You need to
it's
feel
like-
bad about
because we
yourself.
really
Stop
should be
getting
saying,
a participation
What is your
trophy.
problem that you feel that you need to stand out because you don't feel sufficient enough?
Because we gave you a participation trophy.
Well, and that's part of it. But I mean, we should basically say what, and again, I can't paraphrase it good enough to be able to what this whole video says, but it really kind of basically outlines where people that call victimhood all over the world, right? And we've seen it, right? We've seen people that do this for years and years and years before it was woke, quote unquote, where they sat there and the world is against me and I can never get ahead because this is against me and that is against me and that is
And your
against me,
ass
and they're
sits at home and does
constantly and
nothing.
they're constantly always just in a world of shit because of the fact because they don't the fact that I got to do it, and so they
I don't
always
know why, but it blends in when it comes from you.
The shit ding ding.
but the fact that but we've known those people and now they turn around and they put it on social media so
Seriously.
that way they can get the attention to be able to sit there and say, I need to have Aunt Jemima's face taken off the box.
Did it make
I
him feel
need-
better?
Right, exactly.
Did it change anything?
And did
Just
I
like,
and-
Land,
and
just
that's
like
it.
Land
Did it
O'Lakes
change
butter. We were
anything?
talking about that. Since the Indian's gone, do you feel better?
Right? And
So-
Goya, I love
Do you not
Goya, and I
Cry
love
in your pancakes
I love the owner
anymore?
of Goya because of the fact that he took an award from President Trump, and AOC wanted him canceled just because he was there taking an award from the president. You don't care what president. If a president of the United States is going to
Hands
give you
you
an award,
anything,
you
say,
are
"Thank
going
you
to
very
go."
much.
Right.
and she sits there and wants Goya canceled, and then Wendy and I, we went and bought Goya,
Mm-hmm.
and we look for Goya when we go to the grocery
Goya
store.
makes
Yeah.
good
It's
beans.
so
And
good.
the fact that Goya then turns around
They
and
make
says,
good cookies too.
well, and they turn around and they said at the end of, what was that, 20
Yeah, she was the employee of the year.
employee of the year because she sold the most.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh yeah.
And that's the way we need to treat it. I
Yeah.
mean, hell, just last month. So Florida got obviously rocked by a hurricane. Actually, 2 hurricanes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Almost
And
back
so-
to back.
Yeah.
And so
It's crazy.
Luke Bryan, country singer,
Yep.
has DeSantis on stage, not as a candidate. This was before the election. Yeah, you guys would never have survived. So they had, just because he was the governor of a state that they were
That
out there
just had a
doing,
hurricane.
and they're doing a charity thing that all the proceeds of the concert are going to go to
That's
hurricane
awesome.
That's cool.
victims. And so he has the governor of that state up on stage, and all of a sudden the cancel police want to cancel Luke Bryan. And Luke Bryan goes, you know what? I'm sorry, but I grew up in a country where we used to, do
Support
things
ourselves.
to try and support, help people out. And because of the fact that he's the governor of a state that needs help, and you guys are the bastards, I'm paraphrasing
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, let me tell you something.
It gets me upset with the fact that, but I mean, Luke Bryant handled it great, much better than I would have, because he basically said, if you
You're gonna
guys,
give him a thumbs up and a okay
yeah, he
symbol.
didn't apologize. He just said,
Why
what?
would you apologize?
Yeah,
I'll tell you, a
because
lot of
some
people,
do.
They
a lot
want
of
you to
a lot of people
Why would I
rag.
apologize? Why am I
You
sorry
shouldn't.
for helping my country?
You
A
shouldn't.
lot of people rag on country music, but country artists are some of the most patriotic
Oh,
people
absolutely.
you ever
100%.
see in
Oh
your
yeah,
life.
they really are.
100%.
Yep.
100%. They released an article I
That's
saw on
because they lost their
Facebook.
dog in their truck when their woman left.
Right. So I grew up. Everybody knows I grew up on Long Island. Everything on Long Island, the schools, sports teams are all named after basically Indian tribes because that's what Long Island is. Everything,
Okay.
all the towns are named. They're all Indian names. Somebody just posted
Yeah,
on
like-
Facebook last week that now the state of New York wants to force some of these lacrosse teams to change their names because they're Indian names. So they're starting that bullshit again.
Are you
And some of the
serious?
people I went to school with are pissed because they say it's almost paying tribute to those tribes by naming your
Yes.
team after
Absolutely.
those tribes.
So,
So-
why, don't,
you
why
know.
don't we ask the people that should
Want
be
us to
offended?
change.
Right? Are you really
should
offended?
be offended? Are you really offended by
Right.
this?
Well,
I mean-
let me ask you a question. They sit here, like take Hollywood as a prime example. They sit here and they talk about how representation matters. I mean, we've got to make the Little Mermaid freaking black because representation matters. Can't have everything whitewashed. Which
Are we
why
really
don't you make
making
some
The Little
original
Mermaid black?
goddamn shit?
Oh yeah,
How
yeah.
about that?
You
But
didn't see that video where
but-
where the kids
When
were
am I
watching?
gonna watch anything?
So did you guys see that video? They recorded the little girls. So it's 2 black girls, and they're watching the preview for Little Mermaid. And she comes up and she swims up and she's black, and they're going nuts. They're freaking out because she's black.
Yeah.
And the parents are egging them on, saying, look, and it's just I don't
Well,
know.
and
It's
again,
ridiculous.
Parents,
It goes
it's
to
not
prove-
the kids. The kids don't know racism until you
Right.
fucking teach it to
You're,
them.
you're teaching them
Stop
right there.
pointing it out. They don't care.
but they
Right.
all
Well,
want
and
to talk
again,
about
you're absolutely right. So racism gets taught by your parents, or it gets taught to kids. Racism gets taught to children.
yeah. My
Same
little
with
boy
You
over-
point it out.
No racism in
Same
it.
with over sexualization gets
Mhm.
taught to children. They don't learn this interacting with
No.
boys and girls. They just learn this from when adults
learn this from
try to
adults.
apply it onto them.
But you have all this shit where all these people are saying, oh, representation matters, and you have to have representation for all the cultures and everything else. But then they go and they take like Aunt Jemima, and Aunt Jemima can't be Aunt Jemima anymore because that's racist. Why wouldn't that just be representation?
Why
So-
are you
so
not
you-
paying
so you
tribute
take-
to a
Putting the
woman who
Indian-
helped this? She was the first owner of a fucking company.
Right?
First
Why
black
wouldn't you?
owner.
Right?
Well,
Why don't you honor her
she wasn't
success?
an owner. She
Putting
wasn't
it-
an owner. So I mean, to be fair, she was not an owner. But they picked her as a
The portrait.
favor. But she was not like it was.
No, it was a good thing.
Yeah,
She was a
it's not like
model.
they were trying
Yeah.
to degrade her in any fashion.
No.
They just said that
She
she
was
was
the
they
model
were
for
trying
it or
to-
whatever.
you
And
know.
she made a shit ton of money off of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well, and the
putting-
fact is, they could have said, if it was Aunt Esther's pancakes, would it have been any different?
and putting like
Why
the
is
Indian
the
on the
oatmeal
land of
guy on
lakes
there then?
And
And fucking
Is he?
chicken dude.
What about
Is
Uncle
he?
Ben?
Uncle Ben was taken off.
Was he
Uncle
taking
Ben's
on?
Yeah.
taken over.
Really?
It just says Uncle Ben's on our rice. It doesn't show him anymore. What about the white Kentucky Fried Chicken dude?
Oh, that's fine.
He offends me.
Colonel Sanders?
He offends me.
He
But
was a
like all
shrewd-
this,
he-
As much as the
you should
Indian
read the
on
story
the
of
Land
you should read the
O'Lakes,
story of Colonel
and-
Sanders. He was
and
a
as-
shrewd dude.
and as much of the
Yeah, he
as
was
much as it offends me for Aunt
he was
Jemima
he
too.
was a used car salesman and a half.
Was he?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he was.
Because the only way you could get the secret recipe was you had to buy his pressure cooker.
Really?
Really?
Yes.
So
And
you
he
actually
drove-
could get the
And
recipe?
he was the epitome
Well, it
of
was
the
for the
guy that
restaurants.
yeah, he was the epitome that drove. He
Oh.
was in a car
For
with
the
a
franchise?
with a trunk load of pressure cookers, and he drove
What?
all over the Midwest. And if you want this special, I got here, try this.
Is it
Eric-
delicious?
Bring up Erica's point again.
What is
That's
Erica?
that's a great point. And
It
why
is.
why can't it just be pride?
Yes.
Why do people have to
Because
be offended?
like it says here on the bottom, does the weak demand because they won't do for themselves?
Exactly.
That's exactly it. So don't give them,
The
for everybody
power.
that hears the sound of my voice, do not give the woke the stage. Laugh them off. Ask what is their problem.
I think
No,
the-
my
Don't
favorite
give them the stage.
my favorite question is what do you want me to believe?
I think we need to reinstate
then
the
they just look at
draft,
you.
and when we go to war with Russia, I think the woke should be on the
Fucking
front
just throw them
lines.
in there.
That's what I think. Send him in first.
I like that.
Right?
Can we do it? at
Normandy
least with a
all
non-
over again.
Can we do it with a non-nuclear power?
Go tell him.
Although they go and
You know,
put down
go
their
tell 'em
arms
you're
and don't
offended.
shoot.
They'll
Go
run
tell
out there
him
with
you're
pink
offended.
hair and
So I
fucking
meant to look-
tutus.
I meant to look this up and see
but
how
they
far
can't
this
go. They don't
gone.
have their kitty litter box.
That's right.
But I thought this was interesting. So Marco Rubio had put in there. Actually, he created a bill called the, Mind Your Own Business Act, where he was allowing. The idea was that stockholders could sue the board and the president personally for a company that decided they were going to go woke and do things that were
That's
against
awesome.
fiduciary responsibility. He called it specifically. So back during the 2019 Super Bowl, Gillette put out there an anti
Oh, I wonder what it's going to be like this.
the toxic masculinity,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I remember
geez.
that.
commercial. And so and Gillette stock nosedived after that.
Plummeted, yeah.
And so he said that this would be now I meant to look this up, and I will say shame on me. I meant to look it up and see what the turnout of this was. But the idea was that, stockholders could sue
Yeah, you
the
just
CEO
killed my
and or the board and say, you guys drove this into the
Stop
ground
down.
because of
this.
you wanted to go woke.
Your wokeness, yeah.
So,
That'd be
100%.
good for PG&E.
Last thing,
Right.
and this is something that I was texting you, weeks ago, right?
Yep.
Weeks or a month ago or
About-
whatever.
yeah,
The
yeah.
woke mob is a bunch of cyber bullies and or social extortionists. And the new domestic terrorists, we should
Absolutely.
treat
I
them
agree,
as
100%.
such.
Absolutely.
100% traitors.
Absolutely. They are
Yes.
not here to help our society or our community at all. That is a terrorist. Although,
All
are
right.
we terrorists for not getting vaccinated?
Quote of the week,
still?
something to highlight. Christmas is a necessity. There has to be at least one day of the year to remind us that we are here for something else besides ourselves.
Amen.
Yeah.
I like that quote.
Or the fact that Christmas is Jesus' birthday.
It is.
We're gonna talk about that.
But
in
it
an episode.
comes. Everybody comes together on Christmas. We
They
should.
do.
At
We
least we
should.
should come together on Christmas,
Well,
right?
at least that's the way
We
it
used to be able to.
We used to be that way. Yeah.
All right. Who's ready for a quiz?
All right,
today?
let's do it.
Wendy's already gone. We're at 3 minutes late.
Yes, we are.
2 minutes and 45 seconds.
All right. 10
ABCDs.
10 questions.
ABCDs.
10 questions based on Black Friday.
Yeah.
Did Lindsay get arrested?
Are
today?
you ready? Will, you got your letters?
I got my letters.
All right. What department store originally thought of a post-Thanksgiving shopping day? Sears,
Ooh.
Macy's, JCPenney's, or Lord and Taylor?
I'm going Macy's on this one.
I think I'm gonna
Was
go
that a
Macy's,
gummy?
too.
Yeah.
I'm going Macy's. You think? You think?
I got
Penny's?
a B, a C, a B, a B.
I do think it's pennies because I like pennies.
It is Macy's.
Oh,
Because
of
they
course
had
it
the
was
Thanksgiving Day parade. They
You
got
didn't let the timer
Speaking
run
of
out, John.
which, I know
You didn't let time.
because we're
we're
trying
out
to
of
rush
time.
through this. So
Wendy's
Macy's-
already we're late.
Yeah, I know. Macy's
Chop,
first
chop.
parade was in 1924. When did retailers finally realize that the financial impact of Black Friday? The 50s, the 70s, the 80s, or the 2000s?
I'm going with 70s on this.
It's been my whole life, so I'm gonna go 70s.
On 70s.
Wendy's thinking. She's going back through her mind. She's thinking.
I'm torn between the 70s and the 80s. I'm gonna be different.
We got a B, we got a B, we got a
we got
C,
two
and
Bs,
we got
two Cs.
2 B's, 2 C's. And the answer is the 80s.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Oh, I got it.
What trade is busiest on Black Friday? What trade is
Retail?
busiest?
Yeah, right.
Electricians,
Duh.
elevator mechanics, morticians, or plumbers?
Ooh.
What trade is busiest on Black Friday?
I'm going with plumbers. Everybody's stopping up the shitters at the stores.
No, that's on Thanksgiving.
It's
and
right
just
after
keep in
Thanksgiving.
mind
That's why I'm saying
just keep in
plumbers.
mind as you think through these, some of them might put in there to trick.
All right.
Electricians, elevator mechanics, morticians, or plumbers? I got a B. a
Nobody's
D.
picking morticians?
Wendy is taking her time. She's
I am.
Probably
I don't know.
morticians.
you got to
That
give an
many.
answer.
No, because I
We
don't
got
know
an
that.
A and a B.
Ooh, I bet you it is
Oh,
morticians.
Wendy quickly
I bet
changed.
you it is
It is
morticians.
plumbers.
Oh.
And they do it. So it is actually called Brown Fridays.
Brown Friday.
in the plumbing community because they plug up store bathrooms.
See, I was thinking everybody who had a heart attack
I
on
actually had a
Thursday
meme
from
about this, and I was like, no,
Thanksgiving.
wait, I can use that as a question.
Right?
Yeah, I was like, everybody who dies on Thursday is going to be taken care
Number
of on
4.
Friday.
That's awesome. Great question.
Question
Drunk
4.
or hungover, it's
What
different.
percentage of shoppers are estimated to be drunk while shopping on Black
At least
Friday?
25%.
12 to 25
I'm
or
going 20.
36%
I'm going 25%.
are estimated to be drunk while shopping on
I'm going
Black
to go high. I
Friday.
have
Yeah.
faith in our community.
I would say go 36 because 36 is an oddball number. It's not an even number. So oh, it's an even
12%.
number. What? That's it?
That's it?
That's a little lower than expected.
That's sad. That's
Number
why the Rona
5.
is spreading like fucking
What
crazy.
are say nobody said that we are if anything we are educational on top of fun, right? What are retailers saying is the biggest influence for buyers? Cheap prices, curbside pickup, free shipping, or selection? What is the
Ooh.
biggest influence for buyers according to a survey of retailers?
For this
what,
year, for every year,
for this year, what do they say is the
Oh, for this year?
Selection, definitely.
biggest influence for buyers?
Selection.
He is
Saxon?
so
Selection.
he is so sure of himself. And what happens if he's wrong?
Then I'm wrong.
Well, Christine's agreeing with
You're
him.
not gonna.
I'm not going to cry like
You're
one of
not
those
gonna.
woke
You're not gonna
sissies.
be offended. I'm gonna go see for you, Wendy. I got you.
Okay.
We got an A, B,
Probably-
C, and D. We
probably
got across
curbside
the
pickup.
board.
Because we're
Free
lazy.
shipping is
Oh,
according
really?
to a survey the
Because
largest
nobody
influence.
actually
And
wants
that-
to go to the store because they're all scared.
That is the first I could think of that I saw Christine get the answer wrong.
Oh, Christine got the
What?
answer wrong.
She agreed with me.
Christine said
All right,
D.
mark that down in the calendar.
Oh.
That has gotta be a first.
Wah, wah, wah.
How many countries have a version of Black Friday? 22, 25, or 41?
Oh, shit.
How many
With how
countries?
much
How many countries have a version?
how much
a
money
retail,
they make? I'm gonna go
no,
with
a
this.
retail version of a day that just gives you the biggest discount.
That's what I'm saying. With how much money is
How
made,
many
it's gonna
countries
be
have a
D.
version of Black Friday?
I'm going to be the oddball here.
I don't know, but there's
Going with a
54
D, a
states.
B.
So
We got an A in the studio, and we got an A out here.
nobody
We
wants
got
to
a
go.
20.
Wow. Good job, Wendy. And Will.
Number 7 in 2021. What was the top seller for Black Friday?
Masks.
I was just gonna say that.
Flannel pajamas, men's ties,
Face
pressed
diapers.
white strips, or Die Hard DVDs. And before you
not
give me
funny.
that look,
Oh, that is
It's
good.
not funny.
that
I'll
might be the answer.
I'm going.
I'm going with it just
Might be
because.
the answer. You don't know.
That is one of the greatest movies ever. So we're doing this.
God. Seriously?
Yeah, go with that. That's
What
freaking
was the top seller for Black Friday in 2021? Flannel PJs.
I bet you it
men's
wasn't
ties,
ties. Nobody
Crest
was
white
going to wear.
strips,
Right,
or
nobody's going
Die
to
Hard DVDs. Crest white strips.
Really?
Is the winner.
Oh, people are lame.
Because on Zoom calls, you know,
You
they
gotta
Right?
look good.
True. Good point. That's a great
Oh
point.
my
Oh, I
God.
love the diehards.
You don't know how many things I had to research on this one to find that fourth answer. And I go, oh, wait. Lindsay will love this.
Didn't even answer.
Number
That's
8.
great.
Why is it officially called Black Friday?
It
I
is
know
very
this.
racist.
Why? No, it's
It
not.
offends
I'm
me.
offended.
Why is it officially
offended.
called Black Friday?
Why isn't that White Friday?
It should be
Because
colorless
Big
Friday.
Friday didn't stick. Retailers usually turn into the black
Yep.
financially.
Yep.
Buyers end up black and blue, or cops considered it a black day.
Ooh, that's true too, though.
Yeah, it was
That's
notorious.
What is the
that's true,
official-
too. Shit.
Why
I'm gonna
is
go
it
with-
called
Yeah,
Black
I'm
Friday?
going with that
Why
just
is it
'cause I love that
officially
answer.
called Black Friday?
That's true too. Yeah.
Officially.
I don't think this is right, but I'm going with it because I love that.
I'm going to tell you right now.
I should have went with B.
A, B, and D are all technically right answers, but the official reason is B.
Yeah.
Do
But
they
A-
really go into the black?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
they
what
do.
that's
They're-
the
they're-
reason. That
Think
is the
about
reason.
all the
Their
That is
whole,
the
Holy
reason.
crap.
their
That is
whole
the-
year depends upon
Black Friday.
This time
Yes.
frame.
oh, okay.
sales up to that day. They know what
Uh,
kind of year they're going to have.
So
Really?
Yeah. Yes.
they back in the 20s, they tried changing it to Big Friday, and it wouldn't stick.
But originally it was because of the cops, though. Originally,
The cops in Philadelphia
right in Philadelphia.
called it Black Friday because that's where the term came from. Was Black Friday was because of the fact that Black Friday, because it was such a bad day for cops.
Yeah.
Because on top of it, this exact weekend is the weekend when the Army Navy game used to
Right.
play in
Yeah.
Philadelphia also. So they had
They had
all
so
this
much
that
going
happened.
on.
they hated this weekend.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
But-
crazy.
The official reason is because it turns retailers into the black. Number 9.
Just stuck with my original answer.
What percentage of shoppers regret something they bought on Black Friday? 16, 68, 34, or 52% regret something they bought
I'm gonna go low.
on Black
I'm gonna go
Friday.
high.
No, I'm going low because
Go
Oh,
middle,
everybody
go
grabs
middle.
a different letter. Oh, we got
No,
2
everybody's
C's,
got C's. We got
3
3
C's and an A. Okay. Ready?
Beats being different.
D.
Oh,
You're
I was
all
gonna go
wrong.
higher,
that
too.
high, really? Wow.
I didn't think
Yeah,
it'd be
because
that
there's
high.
always somebody who's going to
52%
buy
of
something who
shoppers
doesn't
regret
really.
something
Yeah.
they bought on Black
Because it
Friday.
was such a
Number-
really good deal, and I didn't really need it.
yeah.
So I think anytime I've ever done Black Friday shopping, I knew what I wanted. I knew it was on sale. I went and I got what I wanted.
But see, you walk in there. So now, like as a prime example, so Wendy and I, we walk in and we're looking for something in particular, and she walks by this Tupperware thing, and they have,
We
and
were
it's,
talking about that.
and it's a stupid little just Tupperware things for $8, right?
Yeah, it's the little set.
And so, and she literally, she looks it up, she picks it up, she looks at it, and she goes, nah, and she puts it down. And as we're standing in line to check out with what we were going to
I
buy,
really want it.
she goes, I'm still debating whether I should get an $8 Tupperware. Right? I'm not making this
Yeah.
up.
Over $8.
$8. And she goes,
Right.
I can't, and she says, I can't believe I'm thinking over $8.
$8, right?
Yeah, $8.
So you went and got
$8.
it, didn't you?
But it, huh?
You went and got it, didn't you?
Nope.
Nope.
No,
No.
really? You had, yeah.
No.
You held
She was in
fast.
line.
She held fast. I like that.
She was in line,
So
Well,
what?
not only
You know how many
that,
times I've
yeah.
ran out of line to go grab something?
It happens.
like me at the dog store today.
Right.
So
Hold
how we
this. I got to go
Number-
grab something.
That's how we
All
ended
right,
up
so
with
number
3 more
10.
new toys.
the big kahuna. What percentage of Americans shop on Black Friday?
So I never used to until I got
70,
to fight.
40, 50, or 60%.
Oh, a lot.
Yeah,
How
I'm
many
going high.
Americans shop
So
on
high.
Black?
I'm
Oh,
going
we got
high.
a D, an A, an A,
Going
and an
high.
A. The A's have it.
So many people.
So here's our current status, real quick. Just kind of running through everything, just because we know that it's there, just so we don't lose track of it. Looming World War III. Second page of
Did you put on
status.
Hunter's laptop coming to fruition?
No, not yet, because we're going to see what happens. But we do have an addition to the status at the end, which is not a good one.
Oh, boy.
What do we add?
We have an unusual number of border agents that are committing suicides now.
But that's been a thing for a long time. That's
Well,
something
they've had
that's not new.
they've had a sharp increase now
We don't like that.
because they feel like their job is not worthwhile.
It's not.
Well, we have
So-
4 weeks till Christmas.
Yeah.
I think we need to get.
Our
I know
villain-
what one you want to do for next week, so
Yeah.
that's good to go. But I think we
could
need to do.
We could do it on the 6th on my birthday day.
We need to have Arthur back on.
Oh,
Yes.
We
absolutely.
need to do another one of
Yes.
those before Christmas, and I think we need to do another gun one.
Yeah.
The gun one, I would say,
You wanna wait?
if everybody wants to see another gun one, please let us know. Put in the comments what you would like to see. Because I don't know how to do. What am I going to do? Just,
Bring out Seymour's guns.
Yeah, I mean, all I'm going to do is, but again, what we're going to
He's
do
got 'em
is just
stashed.
replay the episode.
I don't know.
Well, but you
So,
can.
all
Like,
right.
do they
I think we
want
can
to?
expand
Do they
on it, I
want to
think.
see
I
us
don't know how
clean
to.
a gun?
If you
Do
want
they
to see
wanna
more, please let me
see-
know. Wait until small business shopping. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, tomorrow,
Absolutely.
Yes, tomorrow's Small Business Day.
Yep.
Small business Saturday. Yep.
Yep.
All right. So that's the end of the newsletter. Next week, what does a modern civil war look like? Actually, we're going to say no. Actually, what does a modern national divorce
Yes.
look
Interesting.
That
like?
sounds
And look for a
great.
CTC short.
Yes. If you haven't watched the last one, go watch it. It's freaking hilarious.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Wendy lost it.
It was great. It was great.
Out of all the crumbs we did
And
and
I
all the
didn't
shorts we've done, it is probably the
I
best
didn't
one
get
we
to
put
watch
out
the
there.
episode, so I just watched the crumb. It was hilarious. So I was
Oh, man.
semi-dying.
All
this
right.
week.
Anything else?
That's it. We're ready.
That's
We're
it.
Ready to kick this paper.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Thank you.
I
Ready to
got
kick
you.
this puppy in the ass and take it out the weekend.
Why are you kicking the puppies in the
All
ass?
right. Everybody
nice
have a
to the
good
puppies.
weekend. We will see you next week.
Peace out, everybody.
Have a great weekend.
Merry
Wow,
Christmas.
bye.
Bye.
What's
Which one
the
you-
song that is played where everybody is on the chair, everybody going to my mind's going blank now. What's happening? What, I can't remember. I lose track. My mind's going blank now. What are you talking about? What the hell's going on here? Where the hell are you? My mind's going blank now. I can't remember. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. What am I doing here? My mind's going blank now. Where am I heading? I keep forgetting I'm president. Where am I? No idea. Last night on the television, I was on a telephone rapidly rising, and with I don't know. COVID has taken more than 100 years. Look, here's why it's reflected in the KANHEI. America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was inflicting we're going to seize the ill-gotten gains of Putin's kleptocracy. Yeah.
Listen to yourself, Ron. You're fucking nut.
Let me make